And the monkey, he got drunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, and that was the end of the monk.
What are you drinking, Eddie?
UFO fag beer. Oh, Heffa Y. Actually, it's Peach Heffy.
You know, Natty Light makes. But this asshole.
Yeah, this asshole who doesn't understand the cues is talking over producer Eddie Focus's cues. This is Chris Lynch. You remember him from the movie episode.
Hi.
He was here on the comic episode. He was here on the Great Van Halen debate. And for the next 10 weeks, he is sitting in the big chair. Guys, it's time for the Loki and Jabroni show.
Yeah, no, I totally wasn't ready for that either.
Oh, shit. Well, you missed your cue, too.
No, I didn't miss my cue because this wasn't the fucking plan.
All right, fair enough. Now hit
Because I haven't even hit record.
Son of a bitch, I thought you gave us the cue.
I was about to, and then he's like, what are you drinking?
Oh, son of a bitch. I did a whole open for that shit.
It's all my fucking
You know
fault,
what?
dude.
Just
all right.
Fuck it.
Repeat
Let's
that.
have some
Repeat
fun.
that.
Let's have
Repeat
some fun.
All right.
You're
Anyway.
Good. Yep.
Folks.
One.
Yep.
All right. Jabroni, sorry for the F-bomb.
There's no sorry for the F-bomb.
There is no sorries in baseball.
All right.
Okay, we're going to try this for a second time. For the next 10 weeks, Loki's not going to be here, but his hand-picked replacement is sitting to my right. It's Chris Lynch from the movie episode, from the comic episode, from the Great Van Halen debate, and now he's here fucking up the entire intro. But hey, guys, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to have a brief WrestleMania recap from the deck this past Sunday at Westbrook, Connecticut. We're going to talk about Bret Hart getting bum rushed, and then whatever Lynch wants to talk about tonight. We're going to have some fun. By the way, the Earth's not flat, motherfuckers. This is the Loki and Jabroni Show.
Woo!
Welcome back, everybody, to the Loki and Jabroni Show. As always, coming to you live on YouTube from Valhalla Underground Studios. My name is Chris Burns. I am the Jabroni. To my immediate right, not Loki. Wow, this is Chris Lynch, also known as Strikers McLynch. Bro, glad to have you.
Thank you for having me.
If there's going to be anybody to fill that chair, it's going to be you. It really is. Plus, Ian Cunningham was busy for the next 10 weeks, so there was nothing we could do. And, of course, the man in the box, the tower of power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey, and that's not racist.
Driven back to drink again.
Yes. Your name is?
Eddie Focus.
Jesus
Good for
Christ,
him.
how long have you been doing this? I know. Peach Hefeweizen, gimmickschnabitzfernum.com going on. Guys, how are we doing tonight?
Doing good.
What's on your mind? Real quick hits. We got to get a lot of shit out of the way tonight.
So if I have to say one thing, So if my S's and T's aren't quite right, I had all my upper teeth pulled.
And he's
last
Gaten
week.
Matarazzo's real father.
No. Take care of your teeth.
The fucking Demogorgon.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
Do the right thing. And
But you did the right thing in
well,
identifying it and doing...
30 years too late.
Well, dude, we're old. Look, we did this a couple
Look,
weeks
I
ago.
have my teeth in a fucking box.
So did my grandmother, but I still love her and I still love you. Jesus.
No, seriously, on a serious
You're making
note.
this silly. You know that, right?
No, on a serious
All
note.
right, go ahead.
My blood pressure has dropped 15 points on both upper and lower in the last week.
That's good, I think.
No, it is.
Okay.
Seriously.
That's really good.
That on top of being diabetic with all my other health issues I've had in the last 2 years, it's the best thing I've ever done. I don't recommend it.
And the oral sex is better.
Oh, my God.
For
Not
you.
yet. Yeah, right?
Fuck, I ain't complaining. You said you needed a show. I had a spot.
This isn't like the fucking Duke University
Cunningham
intro.
just
Yeah, this isn't like the college.
We didn't tell you about that part of your contract. That codicil has still been yet to be worked out by the lawyers.
I'm not sucking your dick to get on the show.
I'm getting some gummy worm if it kills me. I ain't gonna lie to
Look,
you.
that's one thing I want to talk about tonight is the university.
Okay,
scandal with
we got more.
celebrities.
Okay,
But no, seriously, on
I
a
love talking to universities.
yeah.
on a serious note, I think it's a really good thing to do. Make sure you parents, children, whatever, check your kids' teeth. Make sure they're good. Make them go to the dentist. I have a crippling fear of the dentist. I had a very bad experience when I was younger, which is probably why I didn't want to go to the dentist for a long time. But my wife made me overcome it. I went, and I'm on the right path.
I heard if you got like anyone with like heart conditions and stuff like that, having bad teeth is not good.
Yeah.
Well, because they say your teeth directly affect your blood pressure.
Yeah.
It affects your kidney function, your liver function, everything. And if you drink on top of that, it's like a shit show.
Oh, I'm all done.
Yeah. Pretty much. I'm screwed.
It's too late for me, guys. Save yourselves.
You know what? Let's just run in the other direction because there's no saving me at this point.
Well, there's never any saving you, so.
Well, that's true. However,
You are Chris Burns.
that's what I hear. That's what the license says, anyway.
An
Sometimes
an asshole to most.
I feel like
a
you
friend
have
to some.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no,
a god to all.
the mayor of Middletown
No,
chimed
not
in.
God.
You're gone. She wants to co-host.
Oh,
come on.
Wait a minute. Now,
Just because I fucked up the cold open doesn't mean I have to go.
No. I think
This isn't SNL.
You know what it is. You know what it is. You were.
Do I have to do a Donald Trump impression to
You were-
impress you?
No, she likes Donald Trump. You were a part. You
I'm
were a
fucked.
part of the Great Van Halen debate.
I
you
was.
voted Sammy Hagar. I voted based on the numbers and all the other things. Sammy Hagar, the mayor, who I love to death. Look, she wasn't elected. She is the true mayor of Middletown. Fuck who you see in the office. This is the true mayor of Middletown. She's hot because she's all about David Lee Roth, and I get it. But you can't argue. You can argue. That's what we live for. That's why we're here every fucking Tuesday.
Life is worth a healthy debate.
Yes.
No matter what you're talking about,
Unless
no
you're
matter
talking-
what the issue is, no
Unless
matter
you're
what.
talking to some jackass flat earther who lives in his car. Fuck him, wherever you are.
The earth is flat, Chris.
Phil Blacka also chimes in. Locked in, guys.
Thank you, Phil.
Thanks, Phil.
Been chatting with Phil for a couple weeks now on some of these fuck Nathan Thompson type sites.
And the Red Shill.
The Red Shill.
Team Red Shill represents.
Yes. Thank you, Team Red Shill.
I'm hoping,
Loving it.
And the mayor says Sammy Hagar fans are all toothless.
I don't know. I still got on mine.
What the fuck?
Almost.
this was fucking elected surgery, dude. This was not my choice.
Right off the cuff, man. We're
What the fuck?
going off the rails on the crazy.
But I love
train.
you anyway. Thank you
Yes.
for watching.
That's the mayor. Welcome to the game.
Yeah, pretty much. The mayor's going to give you shit for 10 weeks, but you know
I don't
what?
care. I'll
When
bring it.
When it's all over, man, you'll grow to love her just like the rest of us do.
Bring it.
But glad to see that you're doing the right thing for yourself, for your body. Everything's good.
I've lost a ton of weight in the last 9 months. I'm down to 205 now.
Nice.
I was 260 before surgery.
You could be a cruiserweight in the WWE.
Oh, yeah.
If
I
you weren't
might be able to kick Ronda Rousey's ass. I'd let her. But
doubtful. Well, yeah, of course you'd let her. Let's be honest. I'd let her whip my ass for a half hour. Just just to say I was there.
Bring it
I
on.
don't know what's wrong with you guys. I want to have sex with her.
Same. I don't know why I'm not getting comments, but I'm glad Eddie has the comment machine going on over there. I want to start by saying thank you to everybody who showed up on Sunday for WrestleMania at the Deck in Westbrook, Connecticut. Thank you to everybody who donated. I am bringing a very nice check of $491
That is
to
awesome, dude.
New England Donor Services on
Awesome.
Friday. It's on my way to pick up Emma. I am so thrilled. We had some great prizes. We had some awesome winners. So thank you to everybody. We had a good time. The show was good, almost great. We all had a good time. There was nothing that we all went and said, yeah, we shouldn't have seen that, unlike last year and years past. But we had fun. It was fun.
It was fun.
Yes.
Well, we'll talk about the event itself.
Yes.
But
All right.
Because
Well,
you were there.
but
And I apologize for not
and
showing up.
our newest piece of memorabilia right behind us, if you're YouTubing,
The Deck.
The Deck. That's where you got to be. When we have an event at the Deck in Westbrook, Connecticut, I don't care if you live in England, Australia, New Zealand, at the middle of this flat fucking earth. I'm lying, guys. The earth is a globe.
It is flat.
You can eat shit and live. I know what you're doing. He doesn't believe it. He watched the Nathan
I
Thompson
know.
episode.
I
He
did.
wanted
I
to
did,
choke him
actually.
just like the rest of us do. Come to the Deck in Westbrook, Connecticut. Have yourself a good time. And we're hoping that this leads to bigger and more awesome things. But I got to tell you, there's no place more awesome than the Deck when Loki and Jabroni invade the fucking place. It's awesome. And the food's great. The specials were. What'd you eat this weekend? Just let's get it out of the
Wings and
way.
chowder.
Wings and chowder. I had.
I stuck with it.
I
Nice.
went away from the fisherman's platter. I know this is going to shock some people. I had
You didn't have fisherman. You
No.
didn't have fish and chips.
no.
seriously.
I had because
That's my standby
they-
anywhere.
Well, Sunday is all you can eat fish and
Sunday.
chips. Yeah. So get your ass
Seriously.
to the Deck. I went every time fisherman's platter. I got the menu as if I needed it because I knew I was going to go fisherman's platter. But then they handed me the specials. And I saw this A1 bacon mushroom Swiss burger, double burger.
I saw
The
that
burger did
picture.
look good.
Oh
Holy
my God.
Moses! It was so delicious. And then I had the Rhode Island clam chowder, and it was awesome. Everything was great. You missed a great party, guys. Next time we announce an event, get your ass to the Deck and do not hesitate. Ed, what's on your mind before we talk about Bret Hart getting his ass whooped?
Well, honestly, between getting home at like 2 in the morning after
Yep.
WrestleMania, barely making it through the rest of work,
Yeah, Monday was a bitch for me too.
taking care of the kid and everything, and passing out right at 9:30 after waking the girl up. Not much is going on. I gotta be honest with you, but no, we can roll right into Bret Hart.
Well, before we do that, I want to pay some bills. Don't forget if you can
Go
I
ahead.
help you?
Go ahead.
If you want to donate to the show, it's www.patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni. Many levels. You get some prizes. You get some awesome stuff. If you want to do some shopping, whether it's Amazon, WWE, the 80s T-shirt shop, event tickets, whatever you want, go to LokiandJabroni.com, click our affiliates link, and you can do all the shopping you want right from there. If you want some Loki and Jabroni gear, that's cafepress.com/Loki and Jabroni. Get a T-shirt, get a bumper sticker, get a coffee mug. The only thing we don't have, and it pisses me off, and I know it's nobody's fault but our own, don't have hats. And I want one. I want one now.
One hat, damn it.
Well,
Like this.
Yeah, they do the trucker hats. I don't really like trucker hats.
Look, if people want trucker hats, sell them fucking trucker hats, man.
It's a matter of, personal.
It's a matter of what the people are going to pay for, to be honest. We're not selling steaks here. We're selling burgers. Give them a fucking burger.
Excuse me.
Give them the
Excuse you.
fucking
My,
burger.
my production is always
Your
steak.
production is steak,
My
but
production is steak.
we're trying to sell, and that's what we want to do. So, all right, let's get right into it. Saturday night, in between going out with the Eternal Flame and the Goddess of Love for her birthday and coming home, I
Both
watched
together?
at the same time.
Don't tell her.
I watched the first part of the WWE Hall of Fame, and I got up through and including, I think it was first of all, it was Honky Tonk Man first. I don't remember who was second, but we got home, and my text message was blowing up while we were out. It was, "Did you see what happened to Bret Hart? See what happened to Bret Hart?" Animal Joe Laurinaitis texted me. "See what happened to Bret Hart?" I'm like, "No, I'm out right now. I'm gonna go home and watch the rest of the Hall of Fame." Got home. I saw the videos. I watched it. I'm like, what the actual fuck? Some idiot schmuck, failed MMA fighter who's been sending cryptic tweets to the WWE for weeks and weeks and weeks decided it was a good idea to go out and bum rush Bret Hart at the Hall of Fame. 2 things I want to say about this. 1, if you're that stupid, this is an area where the first 3 or 4 rows around that open ring, and I'll get to that in a minute, is surrounded by Braun Strowman, Ronda Rousey, her husband, Chris Turner,
Yep.
whatever,
Chris Turner.
the MMA fighter, all of the wrestlers. They're all sitting right there. If you're going to bum rush a legend like Bret Hart, and I'm no Bret Hart fan, but I appreciate the man. Not a fan of the character, but whatever. He's a grown-ass man. He's a cancer survivor, and you want to bum rush him?
Cancer and stroke.
Yeah, stroke survivor, too. Thank you very much. And you want to bum rush him? You got the ass whooping you deserve. Second, shame on the WWE. For years and years, they've done it in a big arena. They've had a stage.
It's like done Oscars style.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
With a 5-foot stage above, and everybody claps and they do their thing, but you're on a stage. This is the first year they've opened it up like this, and look what happened. Bret Hart gets bum rushed in the middle of his speech.
Well, I said that to you the other night when you sent me the text with the video of the bum rush. You said it's their own goddamn fault.
It is. It really is. You can't look. I understand the logistics. You can put more people to see your event. Okay, but now you've in the first year
But
you've
you're
done
opening
this,
yourself up to a
exactly.
huge
You've
liability.
compromised the safety of the people you're honoring.
Not even them. It's the public.
Could you imagine?
Hey, let's add one caveat to that.
Sure.
A family that's got some ripples with the WWE on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So you're gonna half-ass security with him?
Absolutely not.
Why would you?
In my opinion, absolutely not. You can't do that.
I think the whole thing was just very poor.
If you think this is a guy whose brother died due to WWE incompetence.
Yep.
And now gets attacked due to WWE incompetence.
You honestly think that was WWE's fault, or was it the rigging people's fault? If we're gonna talk about Owen
I would
Hart,
say a combination
the
of
stunt
both.
shouldn't have happened.
I would say both.
I would say both
The
because
stunt shouldn't have happened.
no, it shouldn't. And I even texted him that night that he texted me about the whole thing. I said, "Do you think it was a stunt?"
And I said to him, I don't think so. Especially
And
because
the more I look at it after the mugshot, the booking
Right.
photo, the whole story about this guy, he's not quite with
no,
it.
and when you're watching, and again, it's on about an 8-second delay on the WWE Network, which you can get at loganjabroni.com/wrestling for $9.99 a month. Your first month is free, and you'll get Money in the Bank absolutely free.
Woo, woo.
Gotta love how I do that.
Yes.
As
Way
soon
to push the beat.
as soon as Brett started to tip, the camera went black.
And that's
And then they come back up and they show a scuffle, and the camera goes black again, and that's a plus on their part.
but what did I say to you that night?
Was
Pussies.
do you really want that to be hanging there in posterity when every Hall of Fame ceremony is on there for the world
But
to see?
again, it happened. Let it be shown. Let it fall out to the, maybe they could have cut it a couple seconds into the incident, but it happened.
I get it.
Don't pretend it didn't.
All right, I get it.
I mean, I'm torn on that. One because this is sports entertainment. They're being rewarded for being entertainers. So, like, if somebody were to, let's say, jump up on stage and take an award from a country music star, never mind.
Kanye.
All right, you want to go that route? All right, I'm just now catching up with the mayor of Middletown.
I definitely. Some people have brought up, it must be staged, But like you said before, cancer survivor, stroke survivor, Brett, I don't think it's up to those kind of stunts anymore.
Right, and it's one of the few nights in the year where the WWE completely just eradicates all their bullshit stories.
Yeah. Oh, they take down the curtain.
Right.
Yeah.
They break the fourth wall for you, and you see they weren't sitting too far from each other, but if you saw the camera switch, Miz and Shane McMahon, who did their little battle on Sunday, were sitting they did themselves a disservice. They filmed the Miz, then they film McMahon, then they film the Miz, and they film McMahon. Then they do this sweeping shot later in the show, and you see they're 8 seats from each other.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
They tried to play the crowd, and the crowd ate it up, and it was all good. But at the end of the day, they did this to themselves. When you opened and there was no barricade. It was just ring, seats. The one side of the ring had no ropes. By the way, Roll Tide, Stacy Keibler, first time in a WWE ring in 13 years.
You're gonna get that on my leg.
And
dude.
Tori Wilson, same. Oh my God, look
Oh,
so good.
That brief moment when Bret Hart came out for WrestleMania,
Yeah,
and you watch him walk out, and it's like, he ain't stages. This is an old man walking out. I mean, no disrespect to him, but
yeah. He's 61 years old.
He looked like a guy who's got mileage.
60,
He's got the miles to prove it.
60.
Yeah, he's got the wear and tear.
This is a guy who did that match with Stone Cold, man. He's got the marks to prove it.
And there are gonna be people that say, well, Ric Flair did it till he was 58, or look at the Stones or Kiss that are out there on the stage 2 hours, 3 hours a night with body armor, or Mick Jagger. How does Keith Richards even fucking survive anymore?
Mick Jagger just had at 75 years old had heart surgery, had a
and canceled everything. Canceled everything.
He's 75.
Yeah, what happened is they cut open his chest. Keith Richards reached into his own chest.
Yeah, and gave him some life.
Opened up his heart.
Would you like a piece of my heart, buddy?
The drugs poured out of the heart. Poured out of his
I can't
heart
even with these two.
into Mick Jagger's chest.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
And Mick Jagger came out as Steve Tyler.
I'm not gonna. Lynch is becoming way too much a part of this family. We're gonna have to get
Would
him
you like a piece of my heart?
get him a bowl of bootios, and we're all good.
Mick,
No videos.
But
Mick, what are you on the table for?
are you in favor of the ass whooping this guy got before he got arrested?
Yes, actually, because he deserved it.
I agree.
If this was not a planned stunt, which I don't, in retrospect, think it was,
And when you see the mugshot, why was he wearing a Rasta hat and fake dreadlocks?
he was fucked up.
I was gonna say, here's the thing: it's total self-defense. Because defense of Bret Hart. Obviously, Bret didn't take shots at him.
No.
I don't know.
Brett just went down, and everybody else did the work. And kudos to him for doing.
Well, like
so.
I told
if
you,
he was high on PCP or Crystal or something like that, there's no telling what the guy would have done.
Oh, exactly.
well, like I told you, they got Ronda Rousey out of there like a fucking hot minute.
Mm-hmm. Because she was headed.
She was gonna beat his fucking ass.
Curtis was a little.
She was ready.
It was named Curtis or Chris or whoever. My replacement got to that ring quicker than lightning. Scott Dawson and
Holy shit! It
British
was
Bulldog
amazing.
son Harry
He's
Smith.
going to town on him.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is fucking great.
And that one guy, just like boom,
It's
boom,
amazing.
boom, right in his face. Fuck him.
Yeah, I don't. Again, you got to be stupid. These guys are entertainers, but I still wouldn't want to get punched by one of them.
No.
Well, it's like walking into a fucking army infantry with a knife and
Would
all
you?
of
And
M16s.
and here's the question I
Come
have.
on. Really?
Yeah.
Because, we are very good friends with Blair Tugman. Would you do that at a Bellator fight?
Fuck
Bum
no.
rush the
Matter of
ring,
Fuck no.
jump over the fucking octagon?
I'm
and
scared that we're even talking about it because I think Blair's about to come through that door and kick our asses.
it's
for
what
even
you
thinking
don't know that scares you.
Exactly.
All right, Blair, you can hang back. It's all good. Hang back,
Please
brother.
stand
It's all
behind
good.
the door.
Why? And it's I say this not to disparage the community, and I really want to get off the wrestling topic so we can get on to bigger, better, awesome things. There are people in the wrestling community that just believe too much in themselves, that their opinion is right, that whatever they say is right, and that it's okay to jump over a barricade, or in this case, there was no barricade, run down an aisle, and bum rush somebody. There's a great video from a show in Germany in '96 where Austin and Triple H are having a match, and a fan runs into the ring and starts hitting Stone Cold. Now, five seconds earlier, these guys are working a match, and it's looking like Triple H is beating the snot out of Austin. He gives him a waistlock takedown, just starts hammering on him. The referee comes over. This little 145-pound guy starts kicking the guy in the face. Then they drag him away. The guys dust themselves off. They get back to work in the match. It's entertainment. And it goes. I'm looking over here to this picture of one of my fallen heroes, Dimebag Darrell. The stage is a sacred place. Don't get on the stage if you're not a performer. Don't do it. It's how Dime went down. And we've seen over the years people getting in there and injuring people.
If they want you there, they'll invite you.
Exactly.
And security will escort you.
You're damn right. And they'll escort you with malice and forethought.
I mean,
Exactly.
Look at those little kids, Michael Jackson out on the stage. Security guys were still shaking those
Oh,
kids
yeah.
down.
We had any comments from the peanut gallery, or do we go on?
Let's take a look.
All right, we got.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Somebody went do-do-do-do-do.
Is that
Oh,
me
by the
or
way,
you?
if your phone rings during the broadcast, you owe the listeners a beer.
I'm turning it off right now.
Lindsay says elective surgery Jones. What's next?
Good
Hair
use of
plugs?
Jones.
Listen, Lindsay.
He needed this, but
I do. I actually, and my wife even said, "Are you self-conscious about going on the air without teeth?" I'm like, no, because it is what it is.
You got to do what you got to do.
The way your mic is situated, this for you.
Yeah, it
your
looks
shirt
like-
says Ram. Yes.
Ram, yes. Now it says Ramo. I had to move. I'm self-conscious about my shirt.
The poop shoot.
In the
Damn.
U.S. of I, Universal Healthcare UK.
Nice.
It's in the.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
I don't know. So this whole time I was thinking you were talking about little Jimmy Hart. Ha, ha, ha.
No, but Jimmy Hart was there. He inducted, oh God, I got to
Hockey.
say his name now. Brutus the fucking Barber Beefcake.
Oh,
Brutus
come on.
Beefcake.
First of all, Brutus Beefcake belongs in the Hall of Fame as much as Coco Beware does. Brutus Beefcake belongs in the
I
Hall of Fame as
disagree.
much as Hillbilly Jim does.
I disagree.
When
I do too.
When the
For as
honky-
little as
Oh,
I followed
fuck me.
wrestling back in the day, I don't see it.
where's Adrian Adonis? Where's Rick Martel? Where's
They should be in.
exactly?
But
But
so should Hillbilly
Brutus no, not Hillbilly Jim.
and Brutus.
Fuck,
And
I'm
I
a-
told you, because of his work he did with the Hammer, they were a great tag
I'm gonna
team
shut
back
this
in the
shit
day.
down right now.
I'm writing this down.
Great.
Lillian cannot use the phone.
Hey, Lindsay, I need another host.
Fuck Burns.
I have not heard that more than 2 times a day in my
Hashtag
life.
Fuck Burns.
Yeah, that's a T-shirt, my man. That and hashtag empty line Jones. You just fill in the blank, man. Whatever you want.
Oh, God.
Whatever you want, Jones. And by the way, Lindsay and Lynch are probably 2. I've been doing the Jones gimmick for 20 years. You 2 are fantastic at the Jones drop-ins.
I try.
You want to know where that started? You want to like a quick 2-minute whatever?
I imagine they were people you were keeping up with.
No. There was a video game that came out of Japan that we somehow got in America called Virtual Pro Wrestling. And there was a guy
Yes, I remember
who
that.
had like basketball shorts and a basketball jersey. And I didn't know what to name him because you could name all the guys. I named him Basketball Jones after the Cheech and Chong bit.
Yeah.
So then there was a guy, a big fat guy, who just had a T-shirt and like running pants. He was T-shirt Jones. Then there was Hot Sauce Jones, and it just the Jones family. It was like the Dudleys. They just grew and grew and grew, and 20 years later, Jones lives. So I'm very proud that the Jones
You
gimmick
should just write a
continue.
book that says everybody in this
Everybody
book is named
Jones.
Jones.
The way of the Jones.
Main character Jones. Protagonist Jones. Antagonist Jones.
Serial killer Jones. But that's-
McGuffin Jones.
Chris Jones.
Oh, look, I finally got some comments. Those who wrestled early and raised it to the level deserve the Hall of Fame, except Hillbilly Jim.
Come on.
Come on, guys.
All right, look, I'm only gonna acquiesce a little bit, but still, Hillbilly Jim got in before Rick Martel, Adrian Adonis, a slew of other guys that deserve to be there. I'm not saying Hillbilly Jim doesn't deserve it. I'm saying there were guys that should have went in before him. Bruiser Brody just got in this year. Playboy Buddy Rose just got in this year.
Wow.
Yeah, Luna Vachon on the legacy wing. I'm talking about the guys they say,
That's old
here's a bunch
school.
of people, right?
That is old school.
Bruiser Brody should have been in 20 years ago. Bruiser Brody should have been in 10 years ago. But again, still a lot of Did I just hear us? Are you playing with your gimmick over there?
Fuck you.
You know,
Son
we
of a
haven't had
bitch.
this problem in over a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm new.
Playing with your phone, Jones.
God.
All right, so Lynch.
You know what? I told you not to call the temp agency.
Hey, at the end of the day, the fault goes to one person. That's Mike. He said, I want Lynch. Well, there you go.
Well,
you got him.
You got me.
Now he's smacking the microphone.
They
See?
give him some Lynch.
All right.
Give him the
Some this week the canvas is yours. Let's paint it. What do you want to talk about?
So I noticed Eddie went to see Shazam.
Yes. The
So-
Shazam car crashed this week, by the way.
I loved it.
Through no fault of his own.
All right, so the comment you made was the original Captain Marvel.
The real Captain
The
Marvel.
real Captain Marvel. In your opinion,
This is where I
have
duck out for
you've
2
seen
minutes.
both, right?
Yes.
Which one was better?
Shazam.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. Captain Marvel is okay.
She's
it's
such a
just
cold
okay.
actress.
Her performance is so flat.
I haven't seen it yet, and I know she's just cold. Everything I've seen
just-
her in before,
I
just
mean,
like
the bullshit running off her mouth didn't help.
Yeah.
But at just playing the character, and I like the Carol Danvers character. I did not like her as Captain Marvel.
So
Here's
what?
the thing: I could not picture her as Miss Marvel, first of all,
Right.
who eventually becomes Captain Marvel, and they totally just got rid of that.
Yeah, like brush that aside.
And now that Disney owns Fox and X-Men will probably be part of the MCU,
Yeah.
how does Rogue become Rogue if there's no Miss Marvel?
Right. Exactly.
So they've kind of wrote themselves into a corner. They'll have
totally
to retcon that too.
creatively,
If
they've
they
totally
do.
done that.
But and the Monica Rambeau character, who should be a lot more important than she was in that movie, relegated to a sidekick,
Ugh.
bothered me. The only thing really truly interesting about that movie was the cat.
I've heard that too.
But Shazam, it's right from the New 52 source material. Love it.
So how was Zachary Levi in the lead?
He's really good.
I love him. He was great.
I was skeptical.
Great on TV.
You could go back to previous episodes where me and Loki talked about it. I was very skeptical of Shazam.
I was peeing then too.
Yes, I was very skeptical of the movie because
You're
I
welcome.
thought it was going to be so goofy to a fault, but it's goofy, and it still manages to hold some of the darker parts of the DCEU that they've been establishing. And the biggest thing is they totally stick with the source material, and I was so impressed with how far they went into the source material. The only exception is Professor Savannah, I'm screwing that up.
I think it's so.
Takes some of Black Adam's plot points because they don't have him in yet because they want to give him his solo movie first with The Rock.
Right.
You know, for those of you listening, The Rock is Black Adam.
Wow.
Look it up.
But I loved it.
Thanks for the
beginning-
spoiler,
actually,
asshole.
It's a feel good movie for one. Like you go out of there, like I was in a shitty mood when I just woke up in a shitty
When
mood.
aren't
that
you in a
day
shitty mood?
when I'm not here?
I got you.
But I woke up in a pretty shitty mood, and I was just like, Amy's like, "Good morning." I'm just like, "Meh." I was in one of those moods, and she's like, "Well, you know,
It's the
I
day
dropped-
before WrestleMania. Fuck this shit.
I dropped the kid off at her dad's, and I went further to go because I told her I was going to go see Shazam, and I left that movie in a good fucking mood.
That's good. I'm
So
That's what a movie should do.
between Wonder Woman, Aquaman, this movie, I think they're finally getting.
Oh, they're definitely on the
going
come
the
up.
direction they.
they're
need
in
to
their
go.
stride.
Yes.
Aquaman I bought 2 weeks ago on Blu-ray.
You love it?
Loved
It was
it.
really good. Really
Fantastic.
fucking good.
Fantastic. Between Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and I'm hoping Shazam is the same level
Yes.
of quality. They're finally in their fucking stride, and don't rewrite the book on Batman. Don't rewrite the
Thank
book
you.
on
Superman.
Superman. Just fucking
Stick to
go
the
with what you
basics.
know.
Translation: Get rid of Zack Snyder.
Pretty much. And one of the things that I said.
I like Zack Snyder. I loved Watchmen. I
Oh, yeah.
loved.
See, that's where you and I
300.
disagree. I thought Watchmen was trash.
And one of the things I said with not
but
only.
but like it or not, Watchmen was a literal translation of the comic.
Yes.
And I think that's what puts a lot of people off.
And that's-
because it was so literal and so
I just thought it was
to the book.
boring.
No,
It is.
But
It is
it's not
because
supposed to be boring. It's supposed to be accurate, which is why I loved Christopher Nolan. He took a few liberties, but it was by the book.
I can poke holes in Chris Nolan's Batman
we
stories.
could, but mostly it was by the book.
It was, but I can poke holes in his stories, especially with the last movie,
Mm-hmm.
where
See, I actually liked the last.
Oh,
one.
the whole
Yeah.
the whole Bane thing.
yeah, that
It's
was
just,
kind of
Uh,
convoluted bullshit.
yeah, it took so many years of history and just kind of. Let's face it, folks.
I forgive.
But
that
nobody played Bane better than Thomas Hardy.
He's an amazing actor, and I've seen him in several things. For as much as people
You know-
trash Venom,
one. I haven't seen it yet.
If you
I
don't mind,
like
I
it.
want to take a little side turn when you're done with the DC thing about movies because I owe this to the missus, I owe this to you guys, I owe this to you, the listener. But go ahead. First of all, I gave the people my gold-plated apology about Aquaman. I said it wasn't going to work. I said it was going to suck.
He
I
ate
said
the
And
nobody gives a fuck about Aquaman, and here I
They
was
do now.
And I
enjoying
will
the
tell you
shit
this,
out of Aquaman.
I will tell you the same exact thing. I was a huge Smallville fan when it was on the air.
Yes.
I liked Tom Welling. I liked the girl who played Lois. I can't remember her name.
Mrs. Jones.
Yeah.
Lois, or do you mean Lana?
Lana. Sorry.
Something Kruger.
Oh, Christina Kruick.
Yeah.
Google Machine
Who
Jones.
no longer has a career, but moving on.
No, but I
Why was
love.
she in a sex scandal?
No, she's
No, that was Allison Mack, who just
Got
got indicted.
Thank you on the Nexium thing.
Just got indicted on the
Along
Nexium
with the
sex
guy-
scandal thing.
along with the douchebag from 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yes.
But anyway, go back to Smallville.
I'm having too much fun tonight. This is good.
I love Smallville. I thought it was a really well thought out plotline, storyline about the struggles that Clark Kent would face as a teenager.
Yeah.
Going through school,
I thought
realizing
it was a better Superboy story than the comics did, I thought.
oh, the Superboy comic books was just
Yeah.
shit. And do you remember, like, back in the, I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but back in the like mid '80s, they had a Superboy live action show.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Oh my god!
By the Salkinds.
Yes.
Yup.
Same people did the Christopher Reeve one.
Yup.
Two actors in that.
It was just after Supergirl,
Yeah.
and it was horrible.
Yup.
Horrible. It was just cheesy effects, cheesy story, cheesy everything.
The first episode was decent, I guess you could say, and then it all went south from there.
Oh, it just went like right in the shitter.
Oh yeah.
The only episode I liked was the one with it's funny bringing this up again because you're Bizarro Loki. The only episode I liked of Superboy was the one with Bizarro.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
Once the only time Bizarro has been in any kind of live action anything, and they kind of nailed him pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for Supergirl to do a Bizarro Superman. I think it'd be awesome.
And can I tell? Can I
Fantastic.
tell you?
No, but you will.
Listen,
That's why you're here.
the Lex Luthor on the new Supergirl series is fucking amazing.
That's good shit. That's good shit right there.
Yeah, I'm waiting because I watch it on Netflix because I don't have cable. I'm waiting for the new season to end, and they have a contract with Netflix. As soon as the season ends, boom,
The
right
next
on
one
platform.
starts.
Right
Yeah.
on the platform.
Yep.
Alright.
So I can start watching again.
Yeah.
Have you guys are if you've been following you two specifically?
Yep.
Not so much you, the listener, but you two have been following the Eternal Flame and the Goddess of Love. Her little rant from last night. We decided to sit down and watch the movie Glass.
Please don't spoil alert. I haven't.
No
seen
spoilers. No
Alright, so
spoilers here.
I just read her comment on the way here.
Okay.
Actually, before I left here.
I know you said
to come
M.
here.
Night Shyamalama Ding Dong, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
What
Okay.
a twist!
Yeah, right. First of all, I enjoyed Split without
Oh.
question. One of the best, most mind-bending films I've seen since
squeaked.
Seven.
Well, he gives the most amazing performance as that.
McAvoy.
Oh my god.
The kid is my favorite. The 9-year-old. Like the thing with the thing in the. They're gonna be mad at me. I'm holding the light, and Barry's real mad at me.
I was sold by him the minute he said, "You like Kanye West?" I love.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, "Yeah."
All right,
boy, that's what
one
I'm talking
spoiler.
about.
One spoiler. He's in the scene in Glass. He's roller skating around this warehouse with. I'm not going to spoil that, but he's like, yeah, these boy bands. They used to be my thing, but now Drake is my man.
Ugh.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, never mind.
You want to like that character? Go right
Yeah,
ahead.
fuck Glass.
I'm still a fan of what's his name? Kevin, the real guy.
Right.
Oh, you like Kevin now, or whatever. We were into this film. This film had us like gripped, and I'm dead tired. Obviously, WrestleMania Sunday. You get home at 1:30 in the morning. You get up at you're supposed to get up at 7 to bring the car into the shop, but Jim Roca, my coworker, decides to text everybody and their brother at 6:15 in the fucking morning and robs me of that hour of sleep. So I'm beat.
Put the phone on silent.
I have to
Exactly,
have it to
dude.
wake up, motherfucker.
Dude.
It's my alarm. It's
Dude.
everybody. Do you wake up to your phone alarm?
I do.
Eat shit and live.
I can turn notifications down.
Whatever.
and leave the
Shut
alarm
up.
on.
Shut up and shut up. Now, get out of my house.
Galaxy.
I can do the same thing too. I just choose not to.
iPhone.
Anyway, yeah, iPhone Jones right here. The film is fantastic. We are gripped. I dozed off for like 5 minutes and I get an elbow. Are you sleeping? I didn't mean to. What'd I miss? Nothing. Okay. Cool. Got right back into the story. The last 15 minutes were the most disappointing 15 minutes of film since Ishtar. Fucking ridiculous.
I disagree.
Wait
Seriously,
a minute. Whoa. Time out.
I-
Offsides, clipping, eat shit, suck a dick, fuck you.
Do I need to
How? How? Those last 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's just loud, dude.
I'm sorry, I'm
Come
hot.
on, man.
those last 15 minutes were the worst piece of cinematic bullshit I've ever seen in my life. They tore that story apart in the last 15 minutes.
Have you seen The Happening?
Yes.
All right, that's the worst 15 minutes.
Actually, have you seen The Village?
The Village pissed me off.
Or
oh my
Lady
god,
The Village was terrible from beginning to end in my
Lady in
opinion.
the Water.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't watch that because for once, I believe the reviews, and I'm glad I haven't.
The Last Airbender.
Never watched it.
Ugh.
Nope.
Ugh.
These are all garbage.
Look,
Shyamalan
they-
No,
writing
but
done.
on a serious
Garbage.
No,
Those last 15 minutes.
dude.
No, I'm not buying it.
note, I'm saying it's brilliant. It's
I gotta see it.
brilliant.
It's
You
in the
have
net.
to watch it, Eddie. You have to
I
watch
just
it.
mailed back Deadpool 2, and so it should get mailed back to me. Yeah,
Oh, you're
Deadpool 2.
I still do
You
that.
still didn't mail Netflix?
I do streaming, but I also because I don't like to do the fucking Redbox all the time.
Yeah, I got him.
and they
I'm
don't.
with
They
him.
don't have every movie on the streaming service. So.
The thing with Deadpool 2 is I try to watch it
Welcome
late
to
at
2019, Eddie.
right. I try to watch it late
I've
at
been
night.
a member of Netflix since they started.
Oh my god.
Me too.
So-
Me too. I was a member of Blockbuster when they started.
Same, yeah. I worked for Blockbuster for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you did.
I have tried 5 times to watch Deadpool 2. Unfortunately, my problem is I don't watch it during the day on a day off or when the house is empty. Angela starts to fall asleep. She's out. I'm like, let me try Deadpool 2. 15 minutes. I can pinpoint the scene where I'm out and I'm done. It's been easily 16 minutes into the film. I'm sure it's great. I've heard a lot of
It
great
is.
things about it. But if
It
you're
is.
out there, if you please watch the movie. I'm not saying don't watch Glass. I'm saying it's a fantastic, phenomenally done. The story is amazing until the last 15 minutes, and then you will be just as shit-faced angry as I am.
Can talking about Split real quick since we're talking about Glass.
Yes.
So, spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen Split. I didn't watch the movie for like a whole year after it came out. You
Okay.
know,
I didn't
just-
either.
I never got around to it. And I rented it one day. I don't know how I managed to avoid spoilers on the internet, and then it totally caught me from left field.
You must be a god amongst men if you miss spoilers on Split.
I was shocked because it totally caught me off guard in that last scene
Yep.
where
Mhm.
they're like, what was that guy they captured? He's like, Mr. Glass. I was just like,
Mhm.
I was like-
Holy
I was
shit.
like, because
And you went back to Unbreakable
well, no,
in your mind.
I had this like,
Which is an amazing movie.
I love that movie.
Amazing.
And I remember watching Unbreakable, and I remember Bruce Willis doing an interview saying, "Yeah, me and Shyamalan are planning a trilogy." And Shyamalan's like, "I don't know what Bruce is talking about." Nothing happens. So then Split comes out, and I'm watching Split, and there he is, and I'm just like, and like, you feel violated at first, but then like you come, so it doesn't count, and you're like, "Holy shit! I've been watching a sequel to Unbreakable."
I didn't even know it.
And that way, dude, I'm gonna agree with you because that was me at the end of Split.
Yeah.
When it was revealed, Mr. Glass.
Oh, you were saying.
By the way, when you see, the fuck was the name of the movie again? Glass.
Glass.
When you see Glass,
It's okay, Chris.
I know. I'm hot because you think that last 15 minutes was good, and I think you're full of fucking shit. Just for
I
this
can be
one.
full of shit.
But when you see Samuel L. Jackson in most of the movie, he is playing he's playing a role, but he's playing the role in the movie of
Right.
being in a catatonic state. I leaned over to Angela at one point and I said, "How soon before we get a motherfucker? We have to get a motherfucker."
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, you too, right? So, again, I'm not saying don't watch Glass. I'm saying if you agree, if you don't agree, if you've already seen the movie and you're watching on YouTube, please chime in. Tell me what you thought of the last 15 minutes. If I'm wrong, I'll stand up and say it. But in my opinion, and in what I like about movies, completely flatter than the earth that Nathan Thompson
Yeah,
keeps
I'll tell-
talking
I'll
about,
tell
which
you.
he's full of shit about.
Tell you what,
Fuck Nathan Thompson.
if that last 15 is terrible as you say, I will write a full review on my website.
And I'm looking forward to it. That's EddieJakes.com, by the way.
So, here's M. Night in a short little sentence.
Mm-hmm.
He is the Nickelback of cinema. You either love him or you fucking hate him.
Or he sucks. He doesn't suck, but
The Sixth Sense was one of the most brilliant films.
agreed.
Yeah.
Hands
Agreed.
down.
His first two, well, he did a movie before that, but his first two that he wrote and directed,
Were
I think
brilliant.
are great.
A Sixth Sense was absolutely amazing. Because
Signs is hit or miss.
Signs, I like
It's a
Signs.
mix-
I dig
liked
Signs.
it, but
I
it's a
dig
mixed
Signs,
bag.
but the whole thing,
it's forced.
the whole thing behind the reason why the aliens are vulnerable? Water.
Yeah.
Come to a fucking planet that is 90%
Which
water.
seems to be a theme in these
Yeah.
movies, if you don't mind me saying.
Yes, it is.
Well, all that says to me is that the aliens elected their own Donald Trump, and
Duh.
it's
Duh.
like the water on Earth is not like the water here.
The water here is
different.
beautiful.
It's different.
You're fine.
You're fine. Just do it.
Just jump
Just
in.
Don't drink it.
Yeah.
That's,
But that's how I feel about him. He is a brilliant filmmaker. I don't disagree with his choices in some films, but I do disagree with his choices in others. Like
3 in a row. That's 4 if you count Airbender. Fucking blew.
Airbender was that's a tough property to tackle anyway.
Yep.
Maybe
because it's very prolific. It's very big.
Yeah.
It's vast. You could never cast the right person to be the last Airbender. I don't give a fuck who you are, what casting agent you are. You could never cast that role properly.
I didn't have a huge problem with the cast. The whole plot and the story, it was weak. Like, I don't know. And I'm not even a big Last Airbender fan. Like,
I'm not either.
I've seen the first season on Netflix. I watched it because the girl I was dating at the time loved it and said try
I
it.
watched it just for
She didn't love you.
I watched it for
did.
shits and grins. I watched it for shits and grins.
It's what she was good for.
It's horrible.
Just because I'm an anime fan. I like that kind of genre. One of my favorite things is I'm blanking on the name now. Jesus Christ.
Was it Philip Blacka? Because I owe him a shout out in the United Kingdom.
No.
Watching us now.
You strike me as a Fist of the North Star.
Philip,
guy.
big
Yes,
ups to you, my
yes.
brother. Thank you.
Yeah, I like the first Fist of the North Star short
Big
movie
fan.
was awesome.
Big fan.
The TV
Team
show
Red
that
Shield.
came out after was very hit or miss.
Yes.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was made for a forced American audience, and I don't like that.
Which brings me to the dirt.
Oh, before you get into the dirt, I have to say hello to Melissa Kraft, who is joined us in her pseudonym. I gotta say this name. It's so awesome. Flat Earth Destroyer. Gotta love it.
I'm looking right now.
You know what? I am so gonna try to get Nathan back on the show. You guys, all you guys from the Red Shield group, thank you so much. Keep sharing us out. Keep spreading the word of how we buried that cocksucker. We're gonna bring him back, and he's gonna finish the job.
Who is Team Red Chill?
Team Red Shield is a group on Facebook that is dedicated to bringing down that cunt cocksucker Nathan Thompson. Go ahead.
Lindsay would like to either come in or chime in on the New York, like we were talking about earlier, New York City forcing the vaccinations.
Okay, let's hit that real quick before
Let's
we.
go.
What
Yeah.
What were we gonna go to after that?
Said she's going back to reading Poe right now.
Yeah,
but
I know.
said
Let's
sometime-
cover it for her, and I'll tell her that we covered it real quick.
I haven't
You
read
brought it up.
Well, I only got the headlines. I haven't read enough into it yet.
Why don't we wait till next week then?
Yeah.
All right, because we got a
We'll
lot
do
to
some more
cover next
research.
week too.
You know, I hate not knowing what I'm talking about.
No,
Right.
I know
me
the
too.
gist of it.
No,
All
me
right,
too.
guys. If you're not a Motley Crue fan, this is the time to step out because I've watched it. You've watched it. I've read the book. You've read the book. Eddie, have you watched the movie The
have.
Dirt on Netflix? People love it or people hate it. I don't get it. But Lynch, before we go further, give me your synopsis of The Dirt.
So, remember what I said to you the day I watched it?
Yes, because I had not yet watched it. I was an hour away from watching it.
It's like the ABC after school specials
Yes.
of heavy metal.
Like a dumbed down version of
Exactly.
the story.
Exactly. And for as good as the book was,
Mm-hmm.
I think it did a big disservice.
There was no way, and I said this going
Big
in.
disservice.
And even before we hit play, I said to Angela, I said, I've read the book. I'm going into this with an open mind. I'm going to enjoy it. And I did Cardi, et cetera, so forth.
Yep.
The greatest rock and roll book ever written was The Dirt by Motley Crue.
It was a great book, and I just feel it didn't live up to that standard because it was such a good book. It's like if take Shakespeare,
Okay.
anything by Shakespeare, you put it on the stage,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as good as it is here on the written page.
By the way, he's holding Joey Casada's book.
Yeah, I
Start
am
with a Dream.
actually. I am.
Shout out to Joey. We're gonna have him back
Joey!
soon.
But I just felt it was such a disservice to the book itself. Like there were so many stories.
More
you can,
than that.
You can never.
Well, it doesn't even go all the way. It stops at a certain point.
Yeah,
It stops in like 94.
Yeah.
The reunion, I thought, in whatever, I don't know.
It doesn't even go into.
No,
the reunion.
it doesn't
kinda
go into
stops
Karabi. It doesn't go.
Well,
it stops
no,
with
Karabi's mentioned.
Yeah, but he's not.
Karabi is cast
They
in
post
the
some
movie.
schlep with no lines.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
But
like, I am John Karabi.
It ends with them getting back with Vince,
Yes.
and then that's a movie.
They don't go into the it's mine and Lynch's first concert together, if you can believe that.
Just kiss.
No, absolutely not. Thank you.
We were in the parking lot
Speaking of Kiss,
we were in the parking lot getting shitty
oh
with
my God.
his coworkers.
First of all, so shitty in the parking lot. We get to the event. We have lawn seats. We move ourselves up to the rail. And at one point, the house lights go down, and our friend Jim Lollimer, big ups to you,
Jim
spots some seats. He goes, "We can get those seats."
We can get those.
Jim and
seats,
I
dude.
superfly snuka over the rail. I skinned my knee. I'm bleeding the rest of the night. I don't care. Rock and roll. And this refrigerator of a man looks up and goes, "I don't think so, boys." And Jim and I turn around. We superfly snuka back
He
over
was
the
fucking
rail.
huge,
We
dude.
just hang there going, "Yeah, we're okay."
We're good right here.
Jim not only threw up at one point, but there are these hot chicks next to us, and I'm single at the time. Jim is semi-single at the time, depending on what book you read.
Yeah.
And they look down and he goes, "Did somebody pee down here?" I'm like, "No, my friend spilled his beer. I am totally playing Wingman Jones." And I'm like, "Nah, we spilled our beer." Like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, woo!"
That's vomit.
Right.
But,
so good. But watch The Dirt. I see that Melissa just chimed in. You're making me not watch it. No, Melissa, if you've read the book, watch The
definitely
Dirt.
watch it.
Definitely watch it because it gives you
The first
it's like
thing,
a different spin.
can I ask you a dumb question? The opening scene.
The only
I did not see that coming. I thought that part of the book would never be
I didn't think so
revealed on
either. I
screen,
didn't think
and
so.
there it was.
I didn't think so either.
Holy Moses! Who's calling me from New York? Who
I
gives
gotta
a
say,
shit?
all right.
Probably a scam.
My opinion of The Dirt goes something like this. Okay, so you have the 5-star rating.
Mm-hmm.
I give it the 1 star
Okay.
and the last star, not the ones in the middle.
So you give it metal.
Oh, you're
Kinda.
giving it like Shaka Bra right
Kind
here.
of.
man.
But there's a reason for my logic, so let me explain why.
There's always
the
a reason for
the
this
movie.
logic.
The movie's terrible.
You what? You thought it was terrible?
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible, and for a couple reasons. One,
So we agree that it's like the ABC after school special of metal.
no, it's more like Saved by the Bell made a rock documentary.
I'm going to disagree, and I'll tell you why
Screech.
after. Go ahead.
Screech made a movie.
But
Oh, my
here's
God.
the thing: there's some
Screech
very,
made a porno too.
there's some very
Not watching it.
crucial.
He's got a big dick.
There's some very crucial, I think. Now, I didn't read the book. I'm going just strictly on the movie and what I know of Motley Crue,
Mhm.
what I've read, seen.
Right.
I grew up during their heyday. I was forced to listen to them in that basement playing Dungeons and Dragons. So
Putting your magic cards together.
Oh my God.
there's a couple things in that movie that they get right. For one, Machine Gun Kelly as Tommy Lee.
He was amazing.
He was really good. I will say he was really
Now,
good.
Being involved in the dance music scene as I was, and Tommy Lee was DJing for quite a while.
Yep.
Methods
Tommy
of
Lee-
Mayhem.
Tommy Lee always had this little punk kid with him all the time. That punk kid was Machine Gun Kelly.
No shit.
They were
Yeah.
attached to the hip.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
There's a
That's how he
document-
got cast in the movie.
There's a documentary about the Electric Daisy Carnival, and
The what?
Electric Daisy Carnival. It's
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Okay.
You can look it up.
And I think it's that. But and Dead Mouse is playing, or I might have been even watching a Dead Mouse documentary. I can't even remember. But he's about to go on stage, and he's stopped by two guys, and he's talking to him, and it's Tommy Lee and Machine Gun Kelly.
No shit.
So they were attached to the hip for a long time.
Yeah.
So nobody aside from the band, and obviously no one from the band is going to play Tommy Lee, knows Tommy Lee like Machine Gun Kelly
Okay.
does. So if you're wondering, like, wow, this kid like knocked Tommy Lee out of the park, it's probably because he's been doing this fucking shit with
He had the
Tommy Lee.
voice. He had the mannerisms. He had everything.
The mannerisms
He's
is
also
what
tall
killed
and
me.
lanky, which
Yes.
Well, go back to that scene where they're in the house and he's going. It's breakfast time. The mom and the dad and the daughter are there, and
Yep.
Tommy comes through.
Yep.
And the daughter says, "Are those my pants?" He's like, "Yeah, but they look
look
so
good."
much better on me."
Me?
I'm like, dude, he just nailed it. He can do no wrong.
And-
I had two big complaints. First of all, you don't get a tall, fully haired guy to play Doc McGee. Doc McGee is about this tall,
Yeah, he's like 4 foot tall.
and he's bald.
Yeah.
Except now he's gotten hair plugs. If you see any pictures of him with Kiss now on their End of the Road tour, which you can get tickets for at LokiandJabroni.com, event tickets.
GeneSummons.com, you can get a Kiss coffin.
There will be no talk of Vinnie Vincent anywhere on this podcast. And that's the longest
Fuck
running
Vinnie
joke
Vincent.
on the Loki and Jabroni show.
Fuck Vinnie Vincent.
Fuck Vinnie Vincent. Doc McGee is like 4'3" with a bald head. Now he's got hair plugs, so it looks like he's got a full head of hair. The Doc McGee presentation was wrong. Second, the guy who played Vince Neil was terrible. There were guys.
But have you seen the video that's been going around YouTube lately about Vince Neil singing lead vocals?
Oh yeah, we've said it. We said it in 2004. We said in 2004 we paid for 3/4 of a concert. We got Motley Crue playing great music and Vince Neil singing half the lyrics. Cinema, find a man, stop out there, switchblade nine. And we're Lynch and I are Jim is in his glory because that's his favorite band.
He loves the Crew.
He will live, bleed,
live, die
eat,
by
shit,
the sword.
die.
Hang on, if we bring back real quick.
Go ahead.
Because I was going to get into the Vince Neil thing.
Mhm.
The Vince Neil thing is probably the 1-star part. It
About
really
his
is.
daughter?
It really is. Only because if you this is what I was thinking because I remember this because
weren't
I thought
thinking.
it was hilarious.
Don't lie to the people.
When Vince Neil knocked out Dizzy Stradlin and he had this back and forth with Axl Rose.
Yep.
I remember the video.
Huge deal.
I remember the
Huge.
videos and him be like, "I want to challenge you to fight
Mhm,
anywhere."
yeah.
Blah blah. So I picture that kid doing it, and I think Bill and Ted. I don't think Vince Neil. Honestly,
I
so
agree.
I was like,
I
Very
agree.
nice, very nice.
Because at your, I think your most grounded and the most no nonsense no bullshit part of you is when you're telling someone, "I'm gonna fucking fight you."
Yeah. Had those moments.
And I totally was like, dude, I
Fuck
want to fight
you.
you anywhere, Axel.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Anywhere you want.
They could have gotten Mark Paul Gosselaar to play fucking Vince Neil and
Probably
have been
would've
more
done better.
convincing. Yeah.
The 5-star. Okay, so I'm giving the 5-star point in this movie because it made me fucking cry. So I forgot Vince Neil's daughter died.
Skylar, yeah.
Skylar. Yep.
That little fucking girl, man.
Oh, she's so
She was
good.
Needs a fucking award. I don't care.
She was really, really
Golden
good.
Globe, like she's looking at this guy like it's a real dad saying, "Please don't let him cut into me."
Mhm.
And I'm just like,
Please don't let him hurt me.
I'm just like, and Vince Neil's like, "Don't worry, I won't let him cut you anymore."
Right, but
And
again,
she's carrying the guy playing the fucking lead in the
Eddie,
movie.
I'm gonna
She's
make-
carrying the role.
I'm gonna
So,
make you a
1-star,
deal.
1-star, 5-star.
I'm gonna make you a deal. Whatever. I know you're a big fan of the Kindle computer gimmick,
Always.
book reading Jones. Buy the dirt,
I'm not gonna read the dirt.
Eddie. I'm
I
gonna
have
make
it.
you. I'm gonna make you a deal right now. I'm gonna
I
give
own
you.
it.
I'm gonna give you a month. Lynch will bring it next week. You have 1 month. Read the dirt.
I'm not gonna read the dirt.
Read. You want to
Just
shut up
read
for
it.
like 30 seconds?
Just read it.
Read the
It's
fucking
worth it.
dirt.
Oh,
It is worth it. You will. You may not gain a new respect for Motley Crue. You may not even fucking. You may read the book and say, "Fuck Motley Crue." I like them even less now.
I don't hate Motley Crue.
But at the end of it, when Vince Neil does his chapter on the death of his daughter, tears were pouring down my eyes.
It was very, very, very telling.
That
It
is
was really.
That was, in my opinion, the realest part of the book until you read the Heroin Diaries a couple years
Oh,
later
God.
by Nikki Sixx, and you find out that whole year up through and including his overdose, and you find out what kind of downward spiral he was on. Read the dirt.
That's another thing I hated about this movie with some of the pacing. So you go from Vince Neil's daughter's dying, and literally the other guys are just like, "Hey, bro, I know your daughter died, but let's get the band back.
Let's get the
together."
band back together. Yeah,
Oh,
it was kind of.
dude.
I'm
And
sorry,
that's
if
not
my-
how it went.
If my
We all know
daughter
it.
fucking dies, don't ask me to get the band back together.
Well, and
That was about a year's worth of time in between.
and
that
that's
was-
part of my problem with the
Yeah.
movie is that
There was lawsuits and legal things.
they kind of glossed over that whole.
I
he
can
was,
honor.
he was kind of forced back, wasn't he?
Yes
Not
and no.
forced, but
Karabi was forced out more than Vince was forced back in.
it's
And
They had a meeting, and it's in the book. They're sitting around the room with the 4 Motley Crue members, and Sylvia Rohn, who was the head of the record company, said, "You know, what we're staring at here is Motley Crue. 3 people in this room are a star, 1 person is not," and she turned her gaze directly
Right
at
to
John
John
Corabi,
Corabi.
and
Yep.
you're not a star. And at that point, John knew the writing's on the wall. I'm not in Motley Crue anymore. And it took about 6 more months to bring Vince back into the fold, and then they tour the world.
But
and
you know what's funny? If you think about it, what they did with that movie is the same thing Queen did with Bohemian Rhapsody. There was no breakup, get back together with Queen.
No.
Matter of fact, before they did the Live Aid, they had just come off a tour.
Yeah.
So,
but he still did his solo gimmick and all that
bullshit.
bullshit.
Yeah, he did that, but it never interfered with the band.
But creative license is one thing. What the Dirt did, and again, I enjoyed the movie. I'm not going to sit here and I would give it 3 out of 5 stars right now. I think it's worth a watch.
I would say yes.
It's
not definitely worth a watch.
You guys know, and I'm sure you guys both have movies where you've watched them umpteen times throughout the history of your life. Close Encounters of the Third Kind for you. Scarface for me.
Every time it's on.
Rad for you, or Gleaming the Cube, or whatever the fucking movie is that you.
But I would.
I know.
I have to chime in.
Cube, yes.
I have to chime in.
Chime in.
My wife says North Shore is the best movie ever. You guys don't even know what the fuck that is.
Megan, I want you to listen, and I want you to listen good.
I have a very specific set of skills.
When it comes to movies, you are never, and Chris means ever, allowed to chime in, ever, again. And I'm writing the rules right now. Give me a pen. I'm going to do this. Like,
no.
Megan is not allowed to chime in on movies ever again. 2, since you're such a smartass, you can't use the phone. Megan cannot use the phone ever again. And I'm taking the rules and I'm putting them up on the fridge.
Now I think I want to watch this movie, guys.
No,
it's from like 1993, 1994.
It was a decent film.
It's decent. It's a
not
kid
the best movie ever.
lives in Hawaii, wants to be a surfer.
Yeah.
It's
my favorite movie is
one of your typical
underrated.
90s fare.
What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie of all time is an unrated movie. Pump Up the Volume. With
Nice.
Christian Slater.
Can't
Good
disagree.
movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Favorite movie of all time. I already know yours.
That movie is why I do this kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, that Happy Harry Hard On shit.
Happy Harry Hard On here.
Grassroots,
of course,
man.
now it's not edgy.
No, but
well, you look at
your favorite movie is obviously, if I'm remembering correctly, Close Encounters.
it's probably my most favorite movie because it was the first movie I remember my father, besides Star Wars,
gotta love it.
my dad bring me to a inside theater to see.
Your dad's the fucking bomb.
In
Missed that
1977.
motherfucker.
Which edition?
Both.
Yeah.
He brought me to both. 1977 and 1980. He brought me to
I was
both.
quizzing him to see if he was
Rig it
legit.
up, lig it up, do it.
Unless
So
you've seen all 4 Blade
see, I'm
Runners.
ta-
fuck you.
Motherfucking.
I always tell people I have 2 favorite movies, and they're so polar opposite. It's fucking ridiculous. The Wizard of Oz and Scarface.
Holy shit.
But they both take you through every emotion you can think of. Romance,
Separation
horror,
of family.
horror, comedy, separation of family. All the things you want in a good film, both of those films provide. So
True.
those are that's my 1A and 1B, and I'm sticking to it. And if you don't like it, send your hate tweets to @Seaburns19. I don't give a shit.
And say hello to my little friend.
All right, so we know our favorites.
Yes.
Least favorites, round the room.
Oh, God.
I
I'm
have
going to catch
I have
shit.
several.
Yeah.
I have several.
I'm going to mention 2, but...
What's a movie that you despise so much that it like makes you go into seizures when you see it on screen?
Oh, God.
Come on, Chris. I want to
All right,
you go first.
the first one, only because it's one that Angela likes to fall asleep to, and I end up waking up to it. 50 Shades of Grey can go kiss a bag of dicks.
You stole my answer. You.
Well,
fucker.
no, you can have that as an answer. It's all good. It's why we're a fucking 3-headed monster. 4-headed if Loki was here, but
All right. So the reason
I have one more. But again, and I want to hear what you have to say about 50 Shades. I'm not gonna. I'll give you all the thunder. 50 Shades can suck a bag of dicks. My second one, only because it's the go-to for every female in the history of the world. I've watched the film 3 times. Each time I go into it with an open mind, and at the end of it I say, I dig the story. I think it was poorly done. The Notebook.
you took my second answer.
Okay, tell me why. Give me more. Give me more.
Such a great concept.
Exactly.
Concept is there. It's concrete. It's good. It's
The ending was phenomenal. The story.
The ending was good.
The
but
story
it's
had
just-
holes you could drive a truck through.
That's the problem I have with it. I think Ryan Gosling is phenomenal as an actor.
Best movie he's ever done.
I didn't think so until the new Blade Runner.
I think he's phenomenal. Anything he's been in
Mhm.
up until Blade Runner 2049 he's been really, really good. He's very convincing. Have you seen the one he plays the wrestling coach? who's hooked on drugs. Fuck.
Oh fuck, I can't remember the name.
A couple
of
years
the
ago.
movie.
I know the movie.
He got nominated for an Oscar for it.
Oh Christ, I can't remember
Actually,
the
he
name
was
of the
okay
film.
in that movie about the banking crisis. What the fuck?
The
was
Big
it?
Short.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was
That
pretty
was
good.
yeah okay.
He was really good. In
It's funny how our picks are the same.
his,
You'd think we were
He's-
friends for 20 years,
yeah, you think.
right?
But he's such a good actor that he elevates shit material to a level where it makes you like what he's doing.
In the Notebook, he plays such a convincing character. My problem, and I shouldn't have a problem because
he plays
he's-
a good counter to James Garner's character
yes,
at
but
the end of the movie.
Rachel McAdams, who I love in just about everything else, sours that film to no end.
I
I think they both do.
I don't. I think Ryan
I'm not a-
Gosling came up. I think Rachel McAdams was in the middle.
I'm
Here's
not
the
a
thing.
fan of hers typically.
I thought James Garner.
I just like staring at her.
Carried the Notebook, and
Who did?
James Garner carried the Notebook, and he was the only reason I kept watching.
Okay.
He's
Because
a
I wanted to know what he was up to, and then in the end, when he like breaks down, he's vulnerable when his wife suddenly doesn't
Mhm.
remember him again and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is James.
Right,
This
but
is
when
James
she-
motherfucking
When
Garner.
she remembers,
Yeah.
that grips your fucking heart and it
You got
pulls
two
it out.
iconic
Well, that-
actors in such a small role.
Yeah.
well, and that
So-
brings me to A Star Is Born with
Just watch it 2 weeks ago.
Great.
Sam Elliott.
Oh my God, he played the best role ever.
I don't typically get in these discussions with people about Oscars and shit because it doesn't matter.
Most of the time, the wrong people get it.
The wrong
By the way,
people
you-
get it.
You
You know-
can't keep the gimmicks cold
Like
if the gimmick chamber
that's
is
what I'm saying.
open.
That little girl in the dirt deserves something. She's not going to get it.
Rami Malek was incredible in Bohemian Rhapsody. Did he deserve the Oscar?
Yes.
For
I think he did.
lip syncing 3/4 of the movie?
No, but for
Yes or no?
playing the role of Freddie.
But he did a good job of conveying the pain, the emotion,
Okay,
the
sidebar.
whole thing.
Does the Green Book deserve the Oscar over Bohemian Rhapsody? I've seen
Absolutely
both
not.
Films. No.
Because the Green Book is a fucking sham of what exactly happened.
But it was still
I haven't seen it yet.
it was a really really good film, borderlining on great. Bohemian Rhapsody
And I
was
love-
great,
I love
borderlining on awesome.
Mahershala Ali and I love Viggo Mortensen. I think they're both terrific.
I was glued to
terrific
that film.
actors. I think they're
I didn't
both
want. I didn't want.
amazing. But the problem I have,
Go ahead.
and this came up, this is why I mentioned Stern earlier.
Mhm.
Alec Baldwin is a regular guest on Howard Stern.
Oh Jesus!
Love him or hate him.
You're gonna bring some Stern to the show for the next 10 weeks. Aren't
Love
you?
him or hate him.
Love him.
I think Alec is he's like
Early stuff. Lately, I'm not impressed.
I don't listen to much lately.
Well, I'm talking about Baldwin.
Oh,
I think Baldwin brings an honesty to his profession and in the lifestyle of being an actor. He's no bullshit. He's no holds barred. He's nothing. He just brings it on. And Stern posed him a question: do you think Rami Malek deserved the Oscar? And he wouldn't answer. He's like, it's not about winning or losing. It's about how you appreciate the performance that the actor gave.
mm-hmm.
Now, again, I love Mahershala Ali, who played one of the leads in the Green
Mhm.
Book,
Yep.
and I love Viggo Mortensen. But the problem I have behind the whole thing is that is like, again, the ABC after school movie of what actually happened. It's just so condensed. It's like condensed Campbell soup. It's not what really happened.
I stopped watching the award shows just because it's just like,
Look, it's annoying, dude.
one, I'm tired of like, okay, yada yada, you don't like the president, yada yada, okay.
Who cares?
And
It's the
then,
same
I don't
old
want your
same
then
old.
I hate the news reports afterwards. Like, look at all these brave rich people saying they don't like the
Who
president.
gives a fuck? I
In
don't
a-
care.
You know what? I haven't done this in
In
a
a-
long time.
in a free country, where
Fucking-
it's allowed to not like the president, you won't get shot
Let 'em-
for it. But they're so brave. And it's
No,
like,
they're not
I
brave.
hate
It's
that
not
shit.
bravery. It's just that you have a platform. You
It's
have you have an audience. You have a platform. You have a camera in front of you.
Right.
I'm not here for your fucking politics.
Yeah.
I just want to see who you think.
It's a lot like the internet wrestling community who comes out and says, "Oh,
It's like-
I could do this better. I could do this better. I could do this
It's
better."
like any
well,
community, Chris.
motherfucker, if you were that good, you'd be
You'd
doing
be doing
it
it yourself. It's
Bingo.
like any community on the planet. I don't give a fuck where you are.
If I can make
it's
a better,
all about who you think deserves the kudos.
correct, and if I could make a better movie than Ishtar, I'd be out there making it.
Ishtar wasn't a bad movie.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Honestly, it wasn't a bad movie. It was just boring.
Never
Okay,
watched it.
regardless, I still think Bohemian Rhapsody should have gotten Best Picture. I believe in Rami Malek getting the Best Actor. Fantastic all the way around. It's just, it's crazy.
But you look at Sam Elliott's performance in A Star Is Born.
Oh, yeah.
He is fucking phenomenal.
You texted me that day, and I put out there, I'm going to watch A Star Is Born, and you texted me, and you said, you're going to love it,
You know,
Sam Elliott.
You know you're the prime rib when the star says, I patterned my voice after Sam Elliott
Yes.
so I could play his brother.
And
Yes.
the scene towards the end of the movie, as spoiler alert,
Mm.
the scene towards the end of the movie when he's talking to Lady Gaga about how he feels about him fucking crushed me because it was real.
I don't want
It was just fucking real.
Again, almost
you could
spoiler
look into
alert.
him.
If you haven't seen the movie, don't listen to the next 30 seconds. When
Maybe a minute.
everything went down with Bradley Cooper's character, and you don't see anything, you just see, this and that and the garage door and all that
Right.
bullshit.
You knew you knew what happened.
I was curious. I was left lost. And then you move on to the next couple minutes of the film and you realize then, like, oh shit. This is real. This is what happened.
And that's a scene I'm talking about is when
It's not what you see, it's
what you don't see.
Much like Scarface. Angela complains when I first showed her Scarface, I can't watch that guy getting chopped up in the bathtub scene.
He doesn't get chopped up.
You don't see it. He does get
You
chopped
hear
up.
it.
You don't see it.
Yeah,
And that's the
It's not
best-
what you see, it's what you
That's
don't
the
see.
best part of horror movies is what you don't see versus what you do see.
Exactly.
I challenge people all the time because the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre they say is the most goriest film of all time.
No, I
There
spit
is
on
no
your
blood.
grave.
Not
There's no blood.
with the exception of the end when she's covered in it.
But that's
Yes.
it.
Yes.
But other than that, there's no real gore. There
The-
really isn't.
The original Evil Dead. It's all comic
Mm-hmm.
blood.
It's what
but
you don't see
it's
that
what
makes
you
it
don't-
scary.
the first Friday the 13th, there's like minimal blood.
You see splatters,
That
but
movie
you
was
don't
cut up.
see
There's
anybody.
An uncut version.
Well, I have the uncut version where
Yeah.
you see the original Kevin Bacon getting skewered. through
About the worst
fucking
thing you
butt.
see in the original Friday the 13th is the mother's head on the table. That's about it.
That's the second one.
Is it the second? Oh,
That's,
see?
that's part 2.
Again,
Trust me, I'm a Jason fan.
model
Big
loop.
Jason fan.
I know you are.
I play the video game all the time.
I love that game.
I think
Are
we've
you
beaten the
PC or
shit out of the
Xbox?
movie. Wait, we didn't get your 2 worst movies.
My 2 worst movies that make me cringe. First and foremost, the first Star Trek reboot with Chris Pine
Yeah,
and them.
I'll buy it.
I can't stand to watch it.
What makes you hate that movie?
A lot of things. Just it's so dumbed down. Like there's no philosophy in it anymore. Star Trek has always been philosophical.
It's always had a
Mm.
point and a purpose.
Yeah, it's
Um,
agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go full Trekkie and nitpick the inaccuracies. For example,
Of
like,
course you could.
the Enterprise was built in San Francisco. It was not built in Iowa.
Right.
I could do all that shit, and it was Kirk did not see it get built. It was built before he ever took
Right.
over. He's like the third commander
Right.
of the Enterprise. We can go into that too.
Pike was first.
Chris
no,
Pike.
Robert April was.
Look, I'm
Yes,
just going by the
he
TV
was.
show. Just leave me alone.
Chris Pike was second.
Chris Pike took it over after Robert April.
I'm going by the TV
But
show.
I
Leave
nitpick
me
Star
alone.
Trek 3 all the time when they say the Enterprise is 20 years old because if anything, it was 35.
At that point, yeah,
Holy Trekkie.
Yeah.
right.
Wow.
I was like, oh, I was always about it. Just the humor is terrible.
I think that got better as they went along.
No, they
Okay.
got worse.
I got a question real
I-
quick for the Peanut
I
Gallery.
can't really watch any of them. I should say so.
Mr. Najaf Production says, missed it. What did you miss, kid? Chime back in. I want to know what you missed. Going back to your point.
So I can't watch any of those movies, especially like the last one being directed by the Fast and the Furious guy.
By the water. Yeah, go ahead.
James Wan.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when you know they don't care anymore. Sorry.
Okay.
So
Star Trek is number 1, the reboot. Number
yeah.
2.
for worst movies, it's gonna have to go to Batman and Robin. The one with Mr. Freeze. And
I
all
may
them.
have to agree with that, but your wife,
I can't watch it.
your wife, who will be here next week, Emma, all of 11 years old.
No.
Oh, she loves it, and I'll tell you why.
Where did you go wrong?
You know what? She digs, and I did. When she was littler, I didn't introduce her to the Nolan films. I started with the Chris O'Donnell films, and I call them the Chris O'Donnell
Why didn't you
films
start
because
with
he's the constant.
Keaton?
I didn't have it on DVD. I still had it on VHS. Didn't have a VHS player. She's seen it. She likes it. She digs the Penguin.
Because even the first Keaton movie is decent.
Oh, yeah.
That's Batman Returns.
Batman Returns is with the Penguin. You're
so
right.
you did start with Keaton.
Yes, I did. Well, as she got older, but I thought the more palatable ones for Emma was going to be, the campy.
If you're a young child, I could see you liking Batman and Robin. But unless you were like into the comic books, which
right,
I was,
but again, she's 4 or 5 years old, and she would come in with her super soaker and point it at me and go, "My name is Freeze. Remember it well, for it's the chilling sound of your doom." And I'm like, if you're mimicking Schwarzenegger, you're okay by me. You're my kid. Move along.
So you did it because of sound bites.
For her, it was about sound bites, but for me as a parent, it was it was palatable to her.
I just can't. I don't know.
But I'll tell you what, she digs the shit out of the Nolan trilogy.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like what they kind of started with the first Batman movie, and then kind of got hijacked.
Right.
But yeah.
Somebody's going into the gimmick chamber. He's learning well.
The Batmaster.
Call it like it is. It's the gimmick chamber. When you sit down, you say it out loud for the people.
The sheer fact that Clooney pulled out a bat charge, it's like...
Yeah, that's horseshit.
It's like, what credit card company is going to accept an application from, I'm Batman?
Right?
Like...
I'm Batman.
Expiration forever.
Well, I said Batman and Robin is one of those movies
I heard you.
Yeah.
It is bad.
It's
really,
terrible.
really bad.
It's bad in every way.
Yeah, in every way.
You can watch it and enjoy the comedic value, but for me as a Batman fan, look, I got Robin hanging out right behind me, man. He's my fucking main man. But at the same time, I can't watch Batman Robin and think, this is a good movie. Because you can't. You just can't.
It's not. And I don't know, like, here's the thing. I would have liked Schwarzenegger in a comic film of some kind. Totally wasted in that one.
Alicia Silverstone in a leather suit does not suck, by the way.
Twins. He was good in Twins.
No.
Oh my God! Take out the papers and the trash. Or you don't get no spending cash.
I just
You're
I'm gonna
DeVito.
piss off a lot. What?
You're DeVito.
Wow. Why am I DeVito?
I don't know.
Because I'm the angry fucking curmudgeon?
those are two
Yes.
movies
I'll
I
buy it.
absolutely can't watch. There's lots of bad movies I love to watch because they're so bad they're good.
Oh, yeah. I just watched the other night. Lynch will remember it. Eddie, you might be just a tad bit. I know you're 4 or 5 years behind us. I looked up.
Ish.
I watch older movies.
I looked up. I'm waiting for Lynch's reaction. I looked up Super Fuzz.
Oh my God.
And I lost it.
That is
I had
old.
so much fun. And
That
I
was on
watched that-
constant rotation on Showtime, Movie Channel, HBO,
Channel
back in the
6, Dialing for Dollars, Gimmick Jones, and it was
Is that with Ernest Borgnine?
yes.
Yes.
Look at you
I've seen
go.
it. I've
day.
seen
Look at Eddie Focus.
Oh my God.
The big.
Dude,
Look at the big
I'm
brain on
impressed.
Brad.
I'm impressed.
Dude, late night, Channel 26.
Best producer in the business. Well, then
No,
you
wait,
see
Channel 20. No, remember WTXX,
Channel
Channel 20?
Yeah, Channel 20.
Used to have those goofy movies late at night.
Channel 26 was
Yes.
the one that every Halloween played. Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, which
Yep.
you can go back in the archives and see us on YouTube doing History Science Theater 3000, Loki, Jabroni Focus, and the leader of the Kiss Army, the original Kiss Army, Bill Starkey.
Remember,
No.
that's how I saw that movie. The
Yeah.
Kiss movie is also the same
Channel
way
26.
I saw that. Because I
So,
would stay up late on the
I was
weekends.
I was looking for a movie, and I'm tired of the same old stuff. I'm like, I want to get something from my childhood. I want to find something. I said, let me see if I can find Super Fuzz. Found it on Hulu. Thank you, by the way, for introducing me to Hulu.
Hulu
it's
is
been
awesome.
A great
Hulu.
fucking thing.
Have you watched Handmaid's Tale?
And Angela. I watched some of it. Angela is
Awesome.
binging the shit out of that show.
Awesome.
What show?
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale, guys. By the way, if you haven't seen it, go check out Handmaid's Tale on
I started
Hulu.
watching it.
Oh my! I catch it in bits because I can't.
I like her. I like the lead
She's.
actress.
It
I
took
loved her.
me.
I loved her on Breaking Bad.
It took
I mean,
me.
Um,
Wait for it.
Mad Men.
It took me 6 or 7 episodes that I've watched with Angela to figure out where I knew that chick from, and I'm beating myself to death. I'm like beating myself. I'm like, I'm good with this. You show me an actor or an actress, I'll tell you what they've done 6 times over. Couldn't pick her out.
Yep.
Get him to the Greek. She was the girlfriend.
Yep.
And it hit me. Just like the last episode she was watching, I about jumped out of my seat. I'm like, "Ugh, I got it. She was from Get Her to the Greek. Get him to the Greek. Amazing. The show is great. Angela describes to me what she's watched. I can't. I just can't commit myself to that kind of time.
I'm just not. I started watching it, and then fucking lefties started dressing up like that, and I'm like, fuck this.
It's really good. If you've got some time, you want to commit yourself to,
It was
the
a
next
movie.
3 weeks of your life, enjoy The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu.
It was a movie back in the day. There was a movie, The Handmaid's
Your mom
Tale,
was a movie.
based on that book. You should know. She
I'm
was
sure
with
there
your
was.
Dad. But anyway.
Wow. Okay, then.
But do
Can
you have more stuff?
At what point can I get back to Super Fuzz?
Oh, I thought you were talking
The
about
scene in the
Fuzz.
movie that got me at 46 years old, and I thought it was great at 9 years old, and now here I am at 46, was he's in the submarine, and he's sinking, and the red and the whole thing, and he chews the bubble gum.
Yep.
And he blows that gigantical bubble, and he saves himself and Ernest Borgnine, and I'm just pissing myself in bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm praying I don't wake up the missus. I'm like, this is why I love this movie. It's campy, it's silly, it's
so
stupid.
insane.
It's
so
everything. It's entertainment, and that's what people forget is that whether it's movies, music, wrestling, Dr. fucking Phil, it's entertainment. Stop dissecting it. It's entertainment.
But we're here to dissect the movie.
Shut up. Stop bringing logic into the conversation. Earth is flat. Thank you. When you bring logic into the conversation, flat earthers run away. Anyway, you got any more points before we decide to wrap this up, or?
Oh, you want to keep going? What do you got?
Well, Eddie, you got something? Because
Topics.
we're sitting here right now in these two chairs. Red Sox over here, Red Sox McGee. Over here in this chair, Yankee Jones. We're in the middle of the pack, brother. We're not in last.
But we're not doing great.
You're a step ahead of last above
Right.
fucking Baltimore. And by the way, fuck Baltimore. I'm sitting right dead in the middle, 5-5. Tonight's game's notwithstanding, but Tampa Bay is sitting at the top. And I'll say this as a baseball fan for the last, I don't know how many years, since the inception of the Tampa Bay Rays, Devil Rays, whatever you want to call them, they come out of the box real quick, real early.
Yeah, they always do.
And typical Yankee fans and typical Red Sox fans are going to lose their shit and go, right now, Red Sox fans are going, oh my God, we're 3-8. The ship is sinking. We just won the World Series last year. First of all, Red Sox fans, you have to understand something. When you win the World Series, you suck the next year. This is historical fact. I cannot say this any louder. If Mike were sitting here, he would look at me.
You can't look at the previous season and base it on
No,
the next season.
but what you
because
can
it's
do-
not going to be it's not going to be typical.
There's-
It's atypical.
What is the count right now? You got 4 World Championships in this century, right?
Right.
Okay. Every year you win the championship, you suck the next year.
And that's true.
It's cyclical. It just moves in this motion, and I don't understand why. Because you bring back a whole lot of players, you get a whole bunch of good players.
You got to go through the growing pains before
Right.
you reap the rewards
and,
of success.
and now this past year, in 2018, the Yankees were on a rebuilding phase where they're bringing in young guys and certain free agents and this, and that, and the other thing. They're called the Baby Bombers for a reason. This is not your dad's Yankee team.
No, it's
This
not.
is-
It's totally different.
This is like
Both teams.
Exactly. So, Yankee fan, don't be upset at 5-5. Red Sox fan, don't be upset at 3-8, because you're talking about 11 games. Jiminy Christmas. Wait until maybe June or July to start scooping the water off the boat. There's nothing to worry about on both ends. I look at the Red Sox. I've watched some of their games. They look good. They just can't close the deal. I look at the Yankees. I watched 3 Yankee games in 3 nights. They won all 3. I was like, yeah. I look at guys like Gary Sanchez, the catcher, who everybody in Yankee universe, other than smart guys like me, says, you should shuttle Gary Sanchez right out the door. He's a bucket of suck. Well, he hit 3 home runs in 3 games, and in a losing effort the other day, hit 2 home runs in that game, 5 home runs, 4 days, eat a dick. I was right, you were wrong. You cannot, this early in the season, be that fucking worried. How?
You're at April 9th, dude.
I know.
It's not like it's June, July, August.
You can't.
have to paint a picture that's realistic to the season.
I can only imagine for some of our watchers and listeners who are still with us overseas in the United Kingdom who are still with us, thank you again. When a soccer team comes out, I got no use for soccer. I don't know shit about soccer. I tried to play soccer. I sucked at it. I got out of the business. What? Fuck it. I'm a better
It is what it is.
I was a better baseball player. All state, man. I was good shit. But if your soccer team drops 2 straight, are you trying to patch the boat, or are you thinking about the future?
Because it's a totally different type of game. It's
right.
It's not like baseball. You don't have the You don't have the number of opportunities. You have 162
games in the regular season
to get to the top in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer, you have like how many?
25,
25, 26?
Sure.
It's not the same game.
Let's go to football real quick. Just to on this note that we're talking
again, I'm
about.
glad you're bringing up football. Go ahead.
The year that Eddie will never let me forget as long as I live, the Falcons and the Patriots go to the Super Bowl.
You bring it up more than I do.
I said you'll never let me forget it. I didn't say I brought it up. Listen and understand. Don't be a Nathan. Just don't be a Nathan.
Flat Earth.
Flat Earth.
Earth, motherfuckers.
Earth is flat. Dirt. Did you know the Earth is flat? Anyway.
Somebody cock.
Fuck. The season started out as 0-3 for the Falcons.
Right.
And people were already getting on my shit. And I said, dude, I got 13 games left. They won 9 straight.
Yep.
And they went 2-1. They won their division. They go to the Super Bowl. They come out strong. They shit the bed in the fourth quarter, overtime, whatever, Jones. Doesn't matter. 3 games, 8 in football, you have 16 games to do your thing. The Falcons did what they had to do, and they were really, really good. Look at me in my eye and tell me they weren't really, really good up through and including that fourth quarter of that game.
I thought we were going to lose.
Exactly. Look me in my eye. Tell me they weren't really, really good.
They were really, really good.
I was like working that cork for the champagne.
I know. He was ready.
Just drink this shit now,
let's go, motherfucker!
I don't know if you ever heard this story. A minute to go in the third quarter, he goes and he grabs the bottle. He goes, I should just pop this now. I'm like, watch. That's going to turn to the fourth quarter, and we're going to choke. Come on, have some faith. I'm like, I know this team. I am 30 years on this job. I know what's going to happen. And it did. And whatever. But by that token, this early in the season, you cannot put your faith in those standings.
No.
Because the Red Sox are classic for this. The Yankees are classic for this. Come May, come June, come July, they're going to put a great winning streak together. They're going to build a bunch of wins. If you win 3 out of 4 in a week, that builds and builds and builds. The Red Sox are a powerhouse. The Yankees are a powerhouse. Baltimore can suck a bag of dicks, and Tampa Bay is an anomaly every single year except 2008. This is not going to last long.
Well, and again, I mean, people put their faith this early in the season in any team, any sport, anything. You're looking.
I've been disappointed too much. I know.
Well, you have a reason to be.
Well, not just on the football side, but I'm looking at hockey right now.
Even the Yankees.
I'm looking at hockey, and the Bruins are going as the number 2 seed in the East, and I'm like, well, they have holes. They have holes, and I could point them out.
They could fucking blow it next week.
But when they went in 2011 and won the Cup, they went in as the number 2 seed on a hot streak.
Exactly. Look at the.
I don't follow that.
2 teams you've never heard of.
First appearance ever for both teams in the Final Four.
Both teams.
In the Final Four and in the championship.
Where the fuck? Where did they come from?
Cinderella stories out the ass on that one.
So, where are the big supporters of those teams? You don't hear. They're not vocal. They're not
going to be as
vocal
as.
They're not like Red Sox or Yankees fans.
If you're going to go to
college fans,
if you're going to go to college
Patriots
basketball,
fans.
they're not going to be out there as much as Duke or Kentucky or this team or that team or Arizona or.
Well, that's my point. It's like fucking Duke was like eliminated 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Duke is one of the best fucking basketball
Eddie was
teams
just talking
in
about
the
how his
fucking
bracket
world.
was busted like the second the thing started.
11th.
Yeah. Duke is like one of the best basketball teams
Every year I
on the
pick Duke to
planet.
go to the championship,
every
whether
year.
they're good or
if
not.
you're doing brackets, you put Duke,
Duke.
number one.
Yeah, that didn't do me so good.
No, me
Duke.
neither.
No.
No, me neither.
No.
But it's too early, guys. If you're a Red Sox fan, look, I'm not throwing shade on the Red Sox. You are below the Yankees right now. We're 11 games into the season. Let's breathe our way through this. You're not the Titanic. The boat hasn't split in half. Rose is not sitting on a door while Leo's in the water, and he could have fit on the fucking door. He could have fit on the fucking door.
He could have lived.
It's not over. And I'm glad we got to talk about baseball because, again, Red Sox fans historically, because of their past, are fatalists by nature.
Well, they have every right to be.
Yankees fans, with the exception of me and a few others, they're elitists.
Yep.
Every year, my hope every year is we're going to win the World Series this year. That's my hope. What I say at the beginning of the season is, gosh, I hope we can put this together. I hope things can go right. I hope I don't have to listen to smarmy ass Red Sox guy who changes my oil at Walmart wearing the cap going, "Oh, Yankees fan, huh? We won the World Series. You suck." No, I don't suck, motherfucker. Don't judge me by my laundry. Judge me by the skin underneath, you rotten $11 an hour cocksucker, whatever. But that's the way this rivalry is.
No, I agree.
And I get it.
I agree.
If it were just a little bit more tilted toward the better the Red Sox do and the better the Yankees do, when they finally meet, it means more, which is what Mike and I agree with, and certain other Red Sox fan friends that I have agree with. The rivalry is only good when we're both awesome.
Agreed.
It's that simple.
Because you have to have a competition between teams to have a good season.
Right.
If it's like Yankees are here, Red Sox are here.
If the Yankees are in first and the Red Sox are in last, or vice versa, it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't matter.
If you take 2 out of 3 from the Sox, guess what? You're still in last.
You're still in last
and
place.
reverse that. Going back to, say, the 2001 season, where the Red Sox were just perennial suckbags, and you have a 4-game set.
Well, you put like Baltimore in the mix.
Exactly.
They're in the middle.
Baltimore takes a game. They think it's fucking like Trump gets the presidency. Yeah, we did it. We beat the Yankees. Great. How'd you do the 3 games before that? They
still suck.
Exactly.
But they're here.
Eddie said it best. What's my saying every year about sports? About any team, anywhere, no matter who you root for.
Don't forget my beer.
No, that's the second thing.
You're only as good as your last
You're
season.
only as
Yeah.
good as your last season. And right now, I tip my hat. The Red Sox are the reigning, defending, undisputed champions of baseball. That's who I look at in the standings as a Yankees fan every single day. And 11 games in, 3-8, it's an anomaly. It's not going to last. When it comes down to it, what I worry about is late August, all of September, and that first week of October when the season ends. That's when I worry about what the standings say. I don't give a shit that the Red Sox are 3-8 right now. You know why? Because it's not going to last. And if you think anything different, I challenge you. Send your hate tweets to @cburns19 on Twitter. Send your hate to the Loki and Jabroni Show page on Facebook. Do what you got to do. You know I'm right, and you can just sit back down and shut up.
Agreed.
Closing point on that?
We'll leave it with you.
Anyway, how are we doing on time?
We're good. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Shit, that's an
Yeah.
hour and a half. We may have to close this out.
I do have
Uh-oh.
a story to bring up.
Oh, please.
No,
We can
I wanted to give Eddie some time here.
we can comment.
Wait
on
a
it
minute,
real
wait a
quick.
minute. You wanted to give Eddie some time.
I love having Eddie on the show.
Oh, for the love of
He's like
Pete.
the Baba Booey of our show.
You know that fucking vein in my forehead that pops out? Go ahead, Ed.
This is good.
Okay.
All right, so I know I don't know how much of a gamer you are. I know you're a semi
I am.
Xbox gamer.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're familiar with a game called EVE Online.
Yeah.
heard it.
It's a massive multiplayer online
It's an
game. Lot more
MMORPG or whatever
yeah,
the fuck you call it.
there's a lot
Yeah.
more.
MMORPG.
Yeah.
It's a lot more business management.
Are we gonna have to watch
politics.
South Park?
No, it's not on there. That was the greatest fucking episode ever.
By the way, what was the song?
Which one?
Live to Win, Paul Stanley.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So this is the headline on Eurogamer. Real life U.S. politician banned from EVE Online for alleged corruption.
Oh my God.
Bring it, kid. Bring it.
Republican Brian Schoeneman, who went by the name Brisk Rubal
Okay.
in the space MMO, was removed from his role as member of the Council of Stellar Management, EVE Online's player advocacy group, for allegedly breaking a non-disclosure agreement and using insider information to make money in-game.
Oh my God.
Well, this is the part where I step out. I'm gonna have too much to say about this
God.
shit.
I'm listening.
Lynch, it's all you, kid.
No,
I'm listening.
he campaigned for membership in the CSM by leaning on his real-life experiences as a politician, and thus tied his personal life to his virtual life, was removed from his role as a CSM representative, and is barred from running any future CSM elections. He also had his in-game accounts permanently banned from the game.
Wow.
Wow. All right, this is something that I've been saying for a long time. These are dirty fucking people. All of them. Every last one of them. They can't help themselves. Oh my God. A game, bro.
A game.
A
A fucking video game.
A fucking game. And you still run your same corrupt bullshit. Oh.
Unbelievable. It's like a matter of you can't help yourself at that point. You know
what's funny? I hate when shit like this happens because I used to play World of Warcraft fairly regularly for a long time, and one of the reasons I stopped is because the new content wasn't impressing me too much, and they completely changed the economy because, kind of like the country, people were bitching they weren't doing as well. And they're like, oh, these people are doing this and making this and that and the other thing. So they changed the economy, changed it when, a loud minority bitches and moans or whatever. So
Internet wrestling community.
This is kind of the opposite. So a
Bless you.
politician plays a game that has to do a lot with politics and stuff like that. And instead of just playing by the rules, does the shady shit to get ahead. It's like, fuck, man.
It's a video game. It's not life. Come on, dude. Really?
Absolutely not.
Really?
And nobody.
Come on.
And personally, I wouldn't have even said who the fuck I was to begin with, because they're gonna watch you now. Like, well,
Of course.
I'm really the Republican representative, and yada yada.
I'm Ted Cruz.
Exactly. They're gonna fucking watch you, especially if you.
I don't know why I said Ted
If you
Cruz.
say you're a
I apologize.
Republican, doesn't matter. You're gonna have a target on your fucking head.
Right.
They're gonna shoot you at a softball game or something.
Yeah, right.
Happens.
Liberals
Right here.
love
Right
that
here.
shit.
So, bro, and what, the guy might be a corrupt motherfucker. I don't know. It's like, come on, homie, bro,
All right.
Brah.
Live to win. By the way, speaking of live to win,
Oh my God.
I want to mention I've gotten some private messages, not on the page, but privately. Where is my journey with music? And Eddie has had Eddie has had a lot on his plate.
In his dick.
The third episode will be up eventually. We're going to change this to a once-a-month show. Once a month. So, if you're a fan of My Journey with Music, please do not fret. The third episode will be out eventually. We did, 2 episodes in April?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was the end of February.
End of
into
February
April.
into April. So,
Yep.
you know what? There's going to be one end of this month, early May. We're going to once a month. I have the playlist for the last edition of ABCs of Me. Ed's going to hopefully get the thing done. Somebody asked me today, can you please give us an update? I'm giving you the update.
Would you like a ghost?
Ed works his ass off for all of these shows. Loki and Jabroni Show, C&J Speedway Review. We'll talk about that briefly in a minute. And My Journey with Music. Ed's got a lot on his plate. Ed also has a life. Ed also has a missus and a stepkid that he has to deal with. Guys, be
True
patient. Changing this show from every 2 weeks to once a month was probably the smartest thing that Eddie and I ever talked about and ever did. So, You'll get an episode. You'll get the second installment of the ABCs of Me. Then you'll get the third installment, and then we're gonna go on. I already
free,
talked.
motherfucker. Stop bitching.
I have already talked to Nathan Hunt from Shaman's Harvest, and when we do the artist spotlight, that's gonna be after the ABCs of Me. Nathan is gonna be on the phone with us, talking about these songs briefly. And we're going to do Shaman's Harvest episode, Artist Spotlight. Now, I can't guarantee that every time we do an Artist Spotlight that there's going to be a member of the band coming on. There's no way I'm going to get Gene Simmons going, when I wrote Domino, I was thinking of an 18-year-old chick from Davenport, Iowa. No.
16.
Right. 16-year-old chick from Davenport. Whatever. You're not going to get it. But this time, because of my friendship with Nate, he's going to be on the show. But that's your update. I had to get that out there because... Today, somebody asked me, where's the My Journey with Music? Motherfuckers, please understand, this man does a lot of work.
Shit doesn't grow on trees, bro.
No, it doesn't.
No. If it did, I'd be swimming in shit.
It is what it is. Also, CJ Speedway review tomorrow night. Fuck Kyle Busch. And that's all I'm going to say.
I would rather
Actually, you know what else I'm going to say? If you're listening to this and you're also a fan of the C&J Speeder review, Corey comes up this week. That's all I'm going to say. Corey done come up.
And he says fuck Kyle Busch on this show because he can't say on the other one.
Yeah, because we're a family-friendly show.
Family show on the C&J Speedway.
There is not any cussing on the C&J Speedway
Yes.
review. And if you're a fan of NASCAR, please tune in.
Yeah,
if you know someone.
If you worry about letting your kids listen to it, you can.
Yeah. My daughter
clean.
listens to it and tells her friends. Her friends are subscribers.
So I'll never, ever be a guest host on that show.
You could, for two reasons you won't. One, do you have enough NASCAR gimmickry in your...
not anymore.
All right,
I
and
used to.
second,
I used to.
Can you not say fuck, shit, piss, pussy, snot, and ass?
Probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can say snot.
You can say snot.
Snot is good. Snot
but
is
you can't say
awesome.
pussy, ass, fuck, and the rest of that gimmick.
Well,
You
it's like
can-
the
you can
George Carlin
say-
7 Dirty Words.
I was saying you can say Kyle Busch is an ass, but you can't say, "Hey, Kyle Busch
Bush
got
it.
some ass."
Yeah,
or
right.
Kyle Busch is an asshole.
I almost slipped one time and almost said fuck Kyle Busch one time, and I caught myself. I'm like,
You're
you know what?
Fuck.
This and that and the other thing.
Hello.
Forget Kyle Busch. But he won.
Flippin' fluffernutter.
He won this past weekend. There was no reason he should have won. Let me walk you back
Hello,
into
peanut
my
butter.
weekend. I'm getting ready to leave for the WrestleMania gig. I've packed the rig. I'm ready to go. I'm like, oh wow, it's 2:00. The race is about to start. Lap 2. My man gets spun. Kyle Busch spun. Rear deck lid damage. I'm like, oh, he's done. Comes back and wins a fucking race. Which means at Bristol, at a half-mile track, you can do that without aerodynamics.
Yep.
If that were anywhere else, Kyle Busch is done for the day. Look, you put Kyle Busch behind anything with 4 wheels, the man's going to drive the fucking hell out of it. He's going to win.
That was the one and only race I ever went to with Jeff Gordon. Fucking last the whole race.
Yeah.
Wins it.
Comes back. I give, and because I called him Mr. Invisible every week this year, I'm going to give Kevin Harvick a lot of credit. Starts in the rear. He has an early issue.
Yeah, rear.
Shut up. He
Beavis.
That's his lover. So
starts in the back of the field. Shut up. Shut up. Starts in the back of the field. Has an early penalty. He goes 4 laps down. At the end of the race, he finishes 13th, I believe it was. So he battled back. He got it. He got all the way back. But then again, Mr. Invisible needs to come up, or I'm going to be starting to buy some Eric Jones gear or Ryan Priest gear. Yeah, that's not me. I'm loyal to the end. You know
that cardboard stand-up has been neglected. Like, there's no
only since the Lizzie Borden episode where he was the de facto co-host.
There's no.
You can turn around all you want. When we had Lizzie Borden, Loki couldn't be here. Kevin Harvick was the guy.
Hashtag.
That's China, yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my God! See, you're learning some new shit every single day.
Hashtag burns lipstick on
She's
Kevin
like the
Harvick.
hottest dude ever.
Hasn't been going.
Hashtag fuck Eddie Focus. That's a T-shirt right there. Hashtag fuck Eddie Focus.
Yeah, I heard all before.
Right before the hashtag blank space Jones. Anything you want, Jones.
I've heard it all before. Focus stands for fuck off, you suck. Yeah.
Well, you don't know
know.
in the racing world, and you will admit it. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, you get in a car, you go forward.
You go on a left-hand turn the whole time.
I'm sure
like
that's exactly
hours and
how
hours and hours.
I'm sure
Speed
that's
up, slow down.
exactly how it goes.
Slow down.
I'm sure that's exactly how it goes. Writing a zombie novel is easy. I could do it tomorrow.
Really? Yeah.
Get in a race car.
I've never written a zombie novel. I don't know what you're talking
Really? Because I got a book upstairs that I thoroughly enjoyed.
about. Yeah. There's only zombies in the third act.
It's called Chris Against My Penis.
There's only zombies in the third act, so fuck you, motherfucker.
Yada yada yada. Always great fun with you guys. Thank you again. And
Thank you.
We're glad to have you for the next this
9
week
weeks now.
plus 9 weeks. We're gonna have some fun. A couple weeks from now, I want to prep you guys now. Coming out of WrestleMania, and
Yes.
this gives Chris a little time to cough and also do some research. You guys remember the Hulk Hogan controversy a couple years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about this.
So I'm reading some of the comments from my friends and other websites in the last 2 days since WrestleMania about how dare the WWE let Hulk Hogan come out and be a part of WrestleMania, and the WrestleMania weekend he inducted Brutus the fucking Barber Beefcake. That
Deserves it.
BTFBB, Brutus the fucking Barber Beefcake, into the Hall of Fame. No, he doesn't, but whatever. When Rick Martel gets in, I'll buy it. But they're saying, how can you let racist-ass Hulk Hogan in on this show when Kofi Kingston, an African-American superstar who won the championship this past Sunday,
He's the first, right?
come up? No, stop. God, The Rock, motherfucker. The Rock. You remember him?
I know The Rock, but isn't The Rock...
He's half Samoan. Doesn't matter. African American Jones. Let's
just
clear that
saying,
up.
I don't think-
Booker T won the World Heavyweight Championship, but it wasn't the WWE Championship.
He's caramel.
Semantics Jones. I don't want to hear it anymore. And I'm going to post this to the group that I'm arguing with a bunch of dickhead motherfuckers who don't understand. By the way, here, let me look at the camera real quick. First of all, you're talking about an entertainment platform that is fake athletics. These are athletic human beings. What they do, I can't do. He can't do. He can't do. It's fake, motherfucker. The
Actually,
outcome.
Shane McMahon can do it. I can do it.
The outcome is predetermined. That's the fake thing about it. Okay, you're arguing semantics. Stop. It's over. It's over. Booker T, Mark Henry, Ron Simmons. Do you want me to go on? No, you don't. Why? Because you're going to get fucking flattened every single fucking time. I'm done. You guys want to play the role? Play the role. Do it somewhere else. What you're not going to do is convince me that the WWE is racist. And by bringing Hulk Hogan back, how dare you put a racist out there? First of all, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to preface this now. You ever made a mistake in your life?
Absolutely.
Are you happy for the second chance?
Absolutely.
Did you prove yourself?
Yes.
You ever made a mistake in your life, Ed?
Maybe when I was 5.
Yeah.
You're 6.
Horseshit. Were you grateful for the second chance? Did you prove yourself?
Yeah, I guess.
Exactly. Everybody deserves a second chance. And we talked about it off air before we went on. What Hulk Hogan did, we'll talk about it more when we get to the is Hulk Hogan racist? And we're going to have a couple guests on. Trust me. I'm building something big. And sorry, Loki, you're not here. This is WrestleMania coming out of the box and people talking shit. Lynch is going to have to take your spot. And I will do a live feed with Loki with his thoughts on this issue. The Hulk Hogan racism bullshit. Is WWE racist? All this. They're a publicly traded company. You guys have to think outside of your little basement Jones. Oh, well, this and that and the other thing. I got so many points. I've got quotes. I've got everything I need to prove every single one of you internet wrestling marks wrong. Fuck you. Thank you. I did it backwards. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Before we go, anything to pimp?
Pimp? No, but on the Hogan thing, dude said he was sorry. Dude, he was in tears.
Crying.
It was
2020.
30 fucking years ago.
No,
Come
actually,
on.
it was
No,
6 years ago.
But through his career.
Oh, you know what? Real quick, let's bring that up because Ed and I were talking about it before you
Through
came
his
down
career, he
gave
portrayed himself as
the
white supreme
White Knight, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh, the Great White Hope kind
Yeah.
of thing. But
The All-American hero.
He's not the first one that the brand has ever done that.
But it wasn't his choice.
Mm-hmm. Somebody told him what to do. He did it. John Wayne.
Because it brought fucking fans to the table.
So if you want to go to this, all you people who love John Wayne, terrible racist. You want all you people who love Marilyn Monroe, not only a horrendous drug addict, but someone who slept with men who she knew were married, but she did it anyway, president included. But you still, oh, Marilyn Monroe, she's such a role model. For who? Whores? Continue living your bullshit life.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd still hit it.
and that can, I would too, but
Yeah, well,
but that brings a point to
don't
modern,
make me open. You're going to make me open another beer. Go ahead.
No, that brings me to a point of modern life. Like, have you guys caught up on the whole Rachel Dolezal thing?
Oh, she's still out there.
I watched the documentary.
Her new name,
So did I. Oh, what
whatever
is it, like,
fucker name,
Yeah,
new
she
name
changed-
is,
she changed her name.
Nabibi Namotherfuck? Yeah.
and she approached a judge, and she was talking in a black accent. Like,
Whatever the fuck that means.
So blonde. Wait a minute. Let me see if I get this right. Blonde Jennifer from Iowa
yeah,
is standing in front of a judge with
And-
her. With her.
cornrows.
First of all, hashtag gimmick cornrows
Right.
and her bullshit accent. You know, Rachel Dolezal is the first AOC.
The whole problem I had,
Now you're going to make me
Oh,
open
God.
another beer.
dude, I have so many problems with this one on so many levels.
Let's have an AOC episode.
I don't want to.
The whole problem I
Care
have
what
with
you want,
her,
I'm a-
with her as a person, is that she's riding the coattails of whatever is popular in the moment.
Yeah.
It's not that she feels strongly.
It's not what you are, it's what you identify with.
It's not she feels strongly about anything.
No.
I'm gonna attach myself to here. I'm gonna attach myself to here. I'm gonna attach myself to here.
I'm going to go with the trend.
the trends, the passion of
How did those kids work out from
the
high school
passion
that
of the
attach
f-
themselves to trends?
the passion of the fucking moment. It's not about life is not about the passion of the moment. It's the passion of what you feel is right in your heart. Yeah,
Pretty much.
I can't say it any.
It's what we do
any
here.
clearly.
Every single week, we put our
It's
heart
the
and our soul
passion
out
of
there.
what your fucking heart feels and what you identify with. What you feel is right for you.
Did you see the documentary about her?
Well,
And how she tells her kids, I'm being ostracized. I'm being persecuted.
She's
No,
being-
motherfucker.
she is being put in a fucking corner where she belongs as a fucking racist and a fucking asshole that she is. Because she cannot and will not accept the fact that she is just a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Are you looking for an argument? Because you're not going to get one.
I'm not looking for an argument. I'm looking to make a fucking point. She is a fucking idiot and does not deserve the fucking same breath that the three of us breathe right now.
Her book did wonderfully.
Yeah, because
Of course.
her book did wonderfully because the fucking country believes in this
No,
bullshit.
I'm being sarcastic. It bombed like horribly.
No, but
Dolezal.
They sold 8 copies.
the point is that somebody like that, somebody will buy into that bullshit and fucking live with it.
Sure.
And fucking live it and fucking go on with their life like that.
You want to buy a great book? Buy Start With a Dream by Joey Casada, coming back to the show very soon.
Stop pimping Joey.
I fucking love that guy.
I don't care.
But my point,
You don't care? He's coming back.
I care, but I don't care.
I got
but my
you.
point is that the fucking country is so starving for an identity. We don't have our own identity right
The
now.
problem is they're chasing an identity rather than building an identity. When you were a kid, Ed, when you were a kid, when I was a kid, you built your identity. All of us are living the identity that we built. We weren't chasing something that was false.
I disagree.
And Rachel Dolezal is chasing something that is false.
I will agree to that on a certain point, but I disagree on another point.
How?
My agreement is yes. Us as a country is looking for a fucking identity.
We had one, and then the fucking children came in.
And that's my point. The other side of that is that the fucking kids we're putting through school right now are following blindly, unfortunately, this fucking false sense of hope that people like her are the right thing to chase.
The doctrine has been for many years that you are special.
It's the whole.
You right
it's
there.
the whole snowflake thing
Oh my
again.
God,
You've talked
exactly.
about this.
The
in,
wussification of America.
You've talked about this in wussification and snowflakes. I get it. I'm not going to bring that back up, but
Feel free.
maybe next week.
Maybe.
But my point is that we instill upon our kids. We should instill upon our kids to let them have their own set of values,
Mhm.
their own focus, their own
I agree with that. Their own identity.
just ideology,
Yes.
flat out. Whether it's
And unlike
whether Trump is president, fucking Obama,
Doesn't
fucking
matter.
Ronald Reagan, whether fucking Hillary was president, it doesn't fucking matter.
Ugh.
Your kid, as a whole, and Madison upstairs,
Yes. Oh my God! I could say I could
the most
speak
intelligent,
volumes.
one of the most intelligent kids I've ever met.
Amen
And
to
your
that.
daughter,
My
Yep.
wife.
again,
His wife.
his wife's daughter.
No, his wife, Emma, very early on. Yeah. You've missed a lot of shows, my man.
She
All right.
pretends like she doesn't have that we're not like syncing anymore, but
No, but the whole point is
She's gonna
that
come around.
this generation is going to have to, just like ours. Your father, my father has to pick up the pieces from the previous generation.
The problem I
and
have.
put it back together
Mhm.
and put a country together that fucking understands exactly what this country was fucking founded upon.
The problem I
not
have.
not about this bullshit of, oh, I'm a fucking snowflake. Have you watched the Sovereign Citizens stuff on YouTube?
A little bit, yeah.
Please, I implore all of you
Mhm.
to look at YouTube and look at these Sovereign Citizens fucking assholes that say, oh, I'm not driving, I'm traveling in my vessel, not a car. You have a fucking driver's license for a fucking reason.
well, oh my God, I'm about to play devil's advocate.
I'll buy it this time.
Eddie, that's why I love you.
I'm gonna defend them because they're not wrong.
They are not wrong.
Here's the thing: there's never been an amendment or a law or anything that negated the Articles of Confederation.
And
according to the Articles of Confederation, they are not wrong.
Correct.
And I will agree with that. But the problem is the predicating circumstances to all that bullshit behind the Confederation.
Yeah.
Is what do you have to do when you're 16 years old to get a driver's license?
You have to take classes. You have to
That's
pass
Take
a test.
classes,
No, I get what you're
pass the
saying.
test.
But what kids are told now is that you're special. You don't need to. You should just have something.
So when you're pulled over by a police officer on 395 for doing 85 and a 65,
Mhm.
what should you do? What are the steps you should take?
Pull over, give them your license, shut up.
Okay. So
Roll down my window halfway, hold up my sign, say I don't answer questions.
Oh, for the love of fuck.
I want a lawyer.
You see that vein? It's coming back.
it's all
Am I being detained?
Did you do anything wrong? And look, I'm gonna go with him on this one. When you get pulled over and you're doing 85 and a 65, just pull over, do your due diligence. The first question is always what? Say it.
Can I have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
What's the second question?
Oh, they ask if do you know why I pulled you over?
Do you know why I pulled you over?
Exactly.
And I have the right.
You don't have to.
and I have a right to say
and
I
you
don't answer questions.
You do.
I got pulled over 5 years ago on 395, right in front of right by where you work, actually, near Ace Hardware.
No, I don't work at that one, but that's fine.
The
The one in
2A,
Plainfield, yeah.
the 2A
Which is
intersection.
closing, I noticed.
The one in Plainfield, yeah.
And he said, "Do you know I
Big
pulled
fucking
you over?"
shock.
I said, "No, I don't prefer to answer." And
Do you know why he pulled you over at the time?
He said right after that, "You were doing 75 miles an hour in this lane, in the right lane." I said, "I fucking challenge you to tell me how I was doing 75 miles an hour in this lane at 6:45 in the morning with rush hour traffic coming from Massachusetts off the highway from Plainfield and in from Lebanon."
I got a story for you.
I challenge you to tell me.
Took you out and beat you.
He said, "I paced you." I said, "That's bullshit because there's no way I was doing 75 miles an hour in this lane."
Yep.
We do 60 in this lane every fucking day. I lived in Plainfield at the time. This is when I lived where Cunterface, whatever you...
Cunty McWonderslut, I
Yes.
believe, is the
Whatever
term we use.
Whatever you coined her as.
Yeah.
I said, there is no way I was doing 75 miles an hour in this lane. Not at
Did
all.
you challenge it?
I did.
Did you win?
I won.
Good.
Because
Funny.
he decided...
He didn't clock you.
No,
He didn't.
he paced me.
He paced you.
me.
Yeah, pacing doesn't work.
That's different. Exactly.
And when I went to court, it's the judge looked right at it and said, "The fuck are you talking about?"
Exactly.
Pacing.
Look, if they have a gun on you, if they have the radar gun on you, they can. It's video. It's imagery. There's a lot of things.
I even said, supply the fucking
There was.
the fucking radar in court, and I'll pay the bill.
I'm going to
Fine.
agree with Eddie on this one, and with you as well. There was one time it was 1993. I had this little piece of shit Renault Encore. Remember those?
Renault car.
Yeah. And
Was
if
it red?
No, it was blue
Sounds like
actually.
Sounds like a Chad. to
Sounds
me.
really gay.
if it went over 70 miles an hour,
Fuck with that.
if it went over 70 miles an hour, it would shake violently. Like violently. I'm coming back in 1994 from a wrestling match, strangely enough, in New Haven, Connecticut. Got my buddies in the car. We're all amped from, we saw a really great show, Monday Night Raw. Razor Ramon winning the Intercontinental Championship, 1993. now that
Razor
I think about
Ramon?
it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I get pulled over. Whatever. I'm a cop's kid, so I'm going to do my due diligence. I know what to do to make that guy happy and to get out quickly as possible. So I was like, license and registration. Here it is. You know why I pulled you over? Nope. I got you doing 73 and a 65. I'm like, that's not possible. Why is that? I'm like, because I know my car, and if I go over 68 miles an hour, this car shakes violently, and there is no way with 5 other human beings in this car I would go over 68 miles an hour and put their lives in danger because this car is a piece of shit. The guy went back to his little gimmick, and he did his thing. Back then it was on the radio. Now it's all by computer. He comes back, and he hands back, and he goes, "You guys have a good night. I just want I'm letting you off with a warning." I'm like, "Ooh, a warning." But just do your due diligence. Stop with the fucking anti-social gimmick Jones. Just be nice.
Well, that's the
Being nice will get you out of a ticket 9 times out of 10. It's a 10th time when you're an asshole and say, "I don't need to answer you," that you're going to end up in cuffs with your face planted on the fucking hood and you're going to go to jail.
Well, that's the other
But
thing.
I'll still be right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter if you're right. The pain.
I will, again, concede to Eddie's opinion on
You're
this.
fired already. We're going to bring somebody
No,
else in.
no,
next
no,
week.
no.
Don't
The
answer
sovereign
their question.
citizens stop. The stand of the sovereign citizen
You know I'm fucking
is
with
not
you.
incorrect. They are traveling in a vessel.
Yes.
By the law, do they need a license to travel in a vessel? No, I can have a fucking horse and wagon and go to McDonald's and go through the drive-thru.
Right.
It doesn't matter how I convey myself to that point.
It's the governmental bullshit.
It's all the bullshit, layers of bullshit on
Well,
top of this point
it's
here.
because
Like
they
this
came
microphone. This microphone's Eddie. All this layers of bullshit that get to Eddie is what.
I thought Eddie was the bullshit.
No.
Okay.
Never.
I'm learning.
All this layers
Horse
of
shit. Wait,
all-
I got to do it. First time in a long time.
You
Yeah,
fucking
broke.
blew
What?
it,
You
dude.
got to do this again.
Horse shit.
Oh,
you
shit.
still fucked it up.
Shit's broken. Horse shit. Oh,
That's
Jesus.
the fucking headphone. Stop. Just stop.
I'm just not going to
Just
touch any more
stop.
buttons.
Stop pushing buttons,
You
dude.
told me turn the orange knob. I did.
I didn't tell you anything.
No, this asshole.
But no, it's like Eddie's here and all the
Stop.
right there.
I'm playing with
Right.
stuff now.
Down.
Oh, my fucking ears.
Yeah, I know.
Your
eyes are
ears
bleeding.
don't matter.
My Beats headphones.
Can you teach me the horseshit button on this new gimmick?
Dude,
Right.
I just want some horseshit.
it says effects. Read the labels.
right there.
I'm over here. I can't read over there.
Hello.
Is the button not on? Hold on.
It's
No,
not-
no,
There's
no.
no button.
Nope.
There's no button.
Get your fucking hands off of that.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, Eddie's over here.
Eddie's right here, and
Fuck
it's all
Eddie.
the layers of bullshit that go
Gotcha.
on top of it. And I understand your standpoint on that. And it is true that there is no law telling me that I can't travel in a vessel to get to point A to point B.
Right.
Unfortunate situation of that point is that towns, cities, states make laws that dictate that I have.
Jesus, get him off of there!
You guys don't like that?
Jesus Christ.
Ah, dude, seriously, if you blow my fucking headphones.
I thought I was going to fuck up the first episode. It's all you.
Oh, God.
Well, you almost did in the beginning. I was just trying to figure out the horseshit button.
Bring it. All right, Loki, come back. You're hosting with Lynch.
But again, it's the state, local, and town regulations that require you to have a license, insurance.
The argument against all of that, which I also agree is not wrong, is that a lot of this stuff was taken illegally and turned into, quote, public property, and therefore is what makes it impossible to travel without licensure.
Right.
So that's their argument. So, like, on a highway, especially, like a highway going through the desert, that's eminent domain stolen land to build that highway. Like, there's no owner.
Right, because nobody owned that before that.
Right.
It's
Right.
state-owned land,
Right.
and nobody previously owned that.
And the federal government especially is not supposed to own land.
No.
Right.
No.
With the exception of, like, Washington, D.C. They can have D.C.
But yet we have a
That's
federal highway system.
Right. So the federal highway system is unconstitutional and didn't have to go that way.
I dig the fact that we have a highway system, but to your point, yes, when I argued
But
that
you know
point,
you know how many homes were stolen by the federal government to build that fucking
we could
highway
look at
system?
New London, Connecticut, where Huey's restaurant was, the original Huey's, and it was taken by eminent domain.
Don't change those.
See, now he's
Now
playing
you're
with
fired.
shit.
Because that's going to mess what's going through here.
I just
Okay.
want my horseshit button back next week, and you need to tell me, you need to tell me where the horseshit button is because I'm done. Come over here. I want one horseshit before this is done. Pick the thing, touch the button,
So goddamn
do your
loud.
thing. Horse? Nope, it's not. Hello. Wow, now my ears are blown out.
Yeah, and
Good morning, good afternoon, and
good evening.
Go! God bless America. See, even our producer doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Oh, that's the button. Effects.
Well, then hit it.
I got nothing.
Hit the damn button.
I got nothing in my ears now.
Oh, my God. Just wrap this shit up.
All right.
Yeah.
Horseshit.
Oh, there we go.
We'll wait for horseshit next week.
Wrap this shit up. I got to go to Five Guys.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, good stuff.
Fatty's got to eat. Anyway, thank you.
I'll tell Amy you called her fat.
No, I was calling you fat.
Oh,
Fuck, Knuckle.
I will text her right now and say I called Eddie fat and he's going to blame it that I said it was for you.
no, it's more like cunt knuckle.
No
Kind of
bueno.
like this.
I'm totally going to New York Times your ass.
You can do what you got to do. It's all good.
I'm gonna
want my-
hill your ass right now.
Next week, I want you show up early. I want my horseshit button back.
You don't get a horseshit button, dude.
Horseshit. Let me
No.
see if that.
Don't you
Horseshit.
fucking touch anything.
Horseshit.
Horseshit's gone for 10 weeks.
Wow.
No,
Seriously?
fuck that.
It's only when the
It's a staple of the goddamn show, and you want me to take it away?
It's only when the one.
It's in a new era for the next 10 weeks. It's a
We
new
go to
era.
WrestleMania and everything gets
I'll
fucked up.
fucking new teeth installed next week,
No,
hopefully.
he said the new slogan is now Goody Gumdrops and Root Beer Bellies.
I'll quit. Fuck that. I will quit. I will quit now. Anyway, thank you again, Chris Lynch. He's
Freddie
gonna be
Mickey
back.
Ray!
The next 9 weeks are going to be fun. We've had some fun. We had fun Sunday at WrestleMania. Don't forget to go to patreon.com/Logan Jabroni. Donate to the show, even if it's a fucking penny. We appreciate it. Go to cafepress.com/Logan Jabroni. Buy some gear. Go to LoganJabroni.com. Click our affiliate links. Shop on Amazon. Shop on WWE.com. The 80s shop.
Monthly Club.
Monthly Club.
Craft
tickets.
Beer,
Anywhere you
domestic
think of.
beer.
Cripes, you know what we should do in the next 10 weeks? And I think the three of us should talk about it. Just go to the monthly club and have them send us some beer, and let's talk about it.
You could do a remote site. We could do a remote site at one of our
We've
adoption
been
events.
trying so much, but a lot of places just are like,
No.
And please, if you go to live events, buy event tickets through the LoganJabroni.com website.
Can I touch that button right
No.
there?
No, don't
No,
touch
don't
anything.
touch anything. You
Don't touch
fucking.
anything.
Can I touch this button?
Go touch your own
All right,
button.
folks.
I'm touching it now.
Hashtag jabroni don't touch it.
Hashtag
Make it
anything
spread.
Jones.
Make it
Hashtag
spread.
Burns. Do not touch that button. I'm
We'll be
gonna
back
fucking
next-
kill you.
You know what's great? We were on time this week. Guys, have a great week.
I was here early.
Yes, you were. We're going to talk to Loki later in the week. I'm going to have a live Gimmick Jones with him on Facebook talking about tonight and what he thinks of everything. Next week, many more topics. We'll be texting throughout the week.
And I will bring some thoughts, musings, whatever, through the Loki and Jabroni Show Facebook page.
That's
Just
a good thing.
Live tags.
You know what? I might. I have to figure out how to do it, but we're going to make you an admin on the Loki and Jabroni Show page so you could throw some good things out.
I can do that.
Oh, Eddie can do that.
Eddie's the fucking man.
He's an admin,
Come on,
so he
man.
can do that.
I can.
But
All right.
I will come up with asking you, the public, what do you want to talk about? What do
Yes.
you want to hear about? What do you want to focus on?
Huh?
Other than Eddie.
And share with your friends, Strikers McLynch,
Yes.
and you out there who
And I
are
have
listening.
a lot of friends on my Facebook page.
Share what you want to hear.
And I'm
What do
hoping
you want to talk
I'm
about?
hoping Lewanika was watching tonight because I texted him the other night and said, "Hey, for the next 10 weeks, I'm going to be on the Loki and Jabroni Show as a co-host."
He was the first one to hit the like button when I said, "Hey, Lynch is coming in for 10 weeks."
And he said, "I enjoyed the last couple times you've been on. I
enjoyed
look
it.
forward to it. I've known Lee since we were 15 years old.
He was still 3'5" then.
Maybe 4,
I want my
3
horse
foot
shit.
5.
I
3
want
foot
my
4?
horse shit button back, and I want it back now. Guys,
You get horse shit when fucking Eddie gets, I don't know, skinny. I don't know.
oh my God, I'm gonna wait forever. Guys, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. Go to the sites that we mentioned. We'll be back next week. We'll talk to
Loki,
you
miss your
soon.
brother.
Yes, thank
I want
you.
to see you back soon, and I appreciate the offer to sit here in this chair, the big chair to fill. And I want to thank Eddie Jakes, and I want to thank Chris Burns
Too sweet.
for the opportunity to do this for the next 10 weeks. And it's awesome.
You're gonna have your own podcast before you know it. You know that.
I
right?
probably will.
All right.
Yeah, it'll probably be all gay, but whatever.
Well, then you'll have. Never
I'll
mind.
have you on it.
I thought of another co-host, but that's okay.
Maybe Steve Pistol. I don't know.
I love it.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night,
Good night, guys.